everybody, and welcome to the Residents of Evil. Thank you all so much for joining us on this Friday, as we are going to be joined by a very special guest, the actor for Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, and the latest Resident Evil 4 Remake, Nick APOSTOLIDES. Thank you guys all so much for coming by. I hope you enjoy tonight's stream. I am very excited, as are the team. Can't wait to chat with Nick about his experience portraying Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Super cool guy. He's a big fan of Resident Evil. We had him on the show many times in the past. I always enjoy hanging out with him, so it's going to be a good time. But just to give you guys kind of an update on how this stream is going to go, we're going to do a 5 minutes starting soon. That gives everybody time to join. 10 to 15 minutes just chatting, lets us catch up and hang out with you guys. Then we're going to bring in our special guest and the ROE team, and then we're going to jump into the game. So if you're watching the replay, do not worry. We'll have timestamps linked down below so you can jump to whichever portion of the stream you would like. But we already have over 300 people here, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. We're going to be bringing in our guest and the team here very shortly. Just wanted to see what's going on with you guys and let you know what we got going on tonight. I don't know how much of the game we're going to be able to play tonight. I'm going to try to do the best I can, but it should be fun nonetheless. It's going to be a good time. So if you guys have questions for Nick, obviously we're not going to be able to ask all of them, but please let us know in the chat. You know, we'll try in between our conversation and cutscenes in the game, we'll try to ask as many as we possibly can. But I'm sure you've seen Nick on the channel before. If you have not, you're going to enjoy it. He's super fun to chat with, super cool guy, and like I said, he's a big Resident Evil fan himself, which is pretty crazy because
cool.
his favorite game is Resident Evil 4, and now he's the main guy in it. He's Leon Kennedy himself, so that's super cool. We got Scott, Layla, Metro Boomin, Jester, Rob Higgins. Tony's in the chat. ROE team member Tony, new to Retro Reviews. He's going to be joining us here shortly. P Drum, Zach, thank you guys all so much for coming by. And I did set a like goal. I said, can we hit 750 tonight? Through the course of the entire stream for this event, and you guys already got us over 200 likes, so thank you so much for that, guys. Helps the channel a ton, lets us know what you guys like to see. So if you do enjoy it, please hit that like button. Let's see how high we can get it tonight, and if you guys could let us know our audio levels are too, just to make sure everything's balanced properly, we'd appreciate it. But we got some support in the chat. I'm gonna read that real quick, then I'm gonna bring our guests in. We got Red Ghost. Welcome to ROE Squad Bravo team, our first member of the night. Thank you so much for your support. Spam those custom emojis, you've unlocked them, and we hope to see you in our post-stream after party, which Tony wants to play Street Fighter 6, so that's what we're gonna be playing. Yeah, I'm excited. I got it downloaded, the beta. We're gonna be playing that in the after party, so hopefully we'll see you there. We got Jericho J says, member for 14 months, Alpha team. Thank you for the continued support on the winning team. Nick goddamn Leon S. Kennedy, Apostolides in the house. Hype. Hell yeah, get hyped, everybody. Let's get those to bring Nick in, let's make it really special. Let's get it hype. Let's get those Leon Kennedy emojis in the chat and the hype. Let's just get a whole wall of it. I want to see those just continuous. We got Tori Waters 117. Welcome to ROE Squad Recruit. Thank you for becoming a member. Spam those custom emojis. You can join in on the hype now, and we hope to see you in our after party. Lil Han Han with one gifted ROE Squad membership. Grow the ROE. Thank you so much for that support, Lil Han Han. Let's give it up to Lil Han Han and welcome our new member. Word with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that support, Word. We appreciate it. Love you all. We love you too. Thank you for that. We got SM, member for 41 months, Alpha team, longtime supporter on the winning team. Thank you so much for that support. We greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that's a really long one. Seth Liller, member for 10 months, Bravo team. Thank you for almost a year, Seth. Thank you, JJ and Corey, for 10 months. You guys have been awesome, and you guys helped me through the dark days. You guys helped me a ton. It means a lot. Thank you so much, man. We just love doing this and the community that we have here, hanging out with you guys and playing Resident Evil and survival horror games. So it's honestly our pleasure. I'm glad we could help, man. Then we got TGV Monster with a $2. Thank you, TGV. Hey, JJ and Corey, good to see you. It's good to see you too, man. Thank you for coming by. We got always jumping around here. We got Beer Bucket with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Beer Bucket. Wanted to say hi to Nick and the rest, though. Thank you. We will let him know once he joins. Mortal Terror RE, member for 25 months. Bravo team, thank you for over 2 years. Oh, yeah. Glad I can finally catch a stream. Let's go. It's a good one to catch, that's for sure. And then Elkanaut Zulith, member for 50 months. Wow. Alpha team, long time supporter. Thank you so much for the continued support, Elkanaut. 50 months, hell yeah. Hey guys, at work right now, so I won't be here. But I'll try to be at the after party tonight. Enjoy Friday, guys, so much. Love. Thank you, man. Enjoy your night at work, and we hope to see you in our after party.
Thanks, Elkanaut.
Matthew Hendricks, member for 9 months. Bravo team, thank you for the continued support. Matthew, hey, JJ, Corey, and Nick, hello. Good to have you here, man. Devil May Pie, member for 24 months. 2 years. Congratulations on the recruit. And he's gotten on to say. So we are all cut up. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you for that hype in the chat. Let's keep it going because I'm about to bring in our very special guest now. But guys, you know him, you love him. He was Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 2 Remake. He was Leon Kennedy in Infinite Darkness, and he was Leon S. Kennedy in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now I would like to bring in our very special guest. Let's head over. Nick APOSTOLIDES. How's it going, Nick? Thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure. Hello.
What's up, JJ? You have a future in like a professional announcer role.
Well, thank you so much, man.
You are just like
I just see black and then I talk. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Like for 50 years.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nick. It's good to have you, man. I'm sure you are. You're kind of just enjoying your time now. The game is out. It's fantastic. Yeah. And you are the main character in the game. Nick, tell me real quick, like, how does that feel to portray the? Because I believe Resident Evil 4 was your one of your, if not your favorite game. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's been my favorite game since it came out, and I've been saying for many years it was a dream come true to be in Resident Evil 2. Yeah. Because that was the first Resident Evil I ever played. But then to do this one, like it even is a couple steps up, just because it's my favorite and it does center on Leon, and there's this version of him I like even more than RE2 Leon, just because of his natural character arc over the years. And yeah, it's been a dream, man. I don't know what else to say.
No, that's awesome, man. Living the dream, and I could not have asked for a better person to portray him. You do a fantastic job, but you're super cool too. So thank you for joining us, Nick. We also got ROE team member Tony, as you can see down below me. How's it going, Tony?
Hello, how are y'all doing tonight, guys?
And we have ROE team member Beggy Bag, who does not have a cam, but she is here where she's just off in the ether, kind of floating around. How's it going, Beggy?
Yeah.
There she
is. I am here in spirit. Hello.
She's that voice inside your head, you know? Like
our monologue?
Yeah, she's our monologue for tonight. Well, guys, we're going to be jumping into the game, but thank you all so much for coming by. As I said, if you do enjoy this, please hit that like button. Let's try to hit 750 tonight. If you guys could let us know how our audio levels are. We're going to be looking right now before we start the game to make sure that we are all balanced properly. And just kick back, relax, and enjoy it. We're just going to do a casual gameplay, hanging out with Nick. As I said, if you have questions, feel free to ask. We're not going to be able to ask all of them, and we are going to try to read the super chats as we have time, right? We have a special guest. We have a lot of people talking right now, and we want to make sure that we have the conversation, so we will get to them in between breaks. But just I appreciate your understanding, and I think that's pretty much all. I mean, we are killing it on time. We are going to go live with the game at 4:30. It's 4:15. I think we're ready to go. How about you, Nick, Tony, and Beggy, and Corey? Are you guys ready? You ready to jump into it?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna
Can't promise I'll be able to see the whole thing. It keeps skipping on me, but I'll try to listen to see where you're at.
Yeah, let me try to fix it for you real quick.
Or he's watching it through the
it's just a little skippy, but it's nice to be back on with you guys. It's been a long time since we've done this.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
This looks better, man. Yep, cool.
Okay, good. I just had to reset it. All right, so we're good. Cameras are in their positions. Tony's good. Audio's great on this end. Thank you. Let me get the Elgato's on. We are all ready to rock and roll. So I'm a little nervous because, you know, I'm hanging out with Nick, and he's watching me play this game, and I'm not the best player in the world. I definitely will try my best, though.
You'll do fine.
I thought you were pretty good, no?
Yeah, I say that to brag, but I don't think so.
He's all right.
You know, now that I'm streaming finally, so I have to finish this game. We are on the last 2 chapters, and I've been playing through with the cast, but I want to play the original really badly on stream.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We started this a long time ago, and we only got through like maybe 2 to 3 hours of it, and then we had to stop. But
yeah. So you've been going live a lot lately. You're doing your own thing over on Twitch, which I highly recommend if you guys aren't following. I have a link to Nick's Twitch in the description. But you've not only been playing with the cast, but you've been doing challenges. You've been doing a lot of fun stuff over there. How's that going, Nick? Twitch?
It is fun. I mean, people have been wanting me to stream for like 4 years, and since I've been gaming for like 3 decades, I thought it made sense. So I actually started with Dead Space Remake when that came out.
Oh, yeah.
Once I got everything going, it took me a long time to figure out the tech issues. If any of you have been on my streams, you know that I have a lot of them, but I'm starting to like flesh them out, figure out how to do it, be smooth. I started with Dead Space Remake, didn't even finish that, and then when this game dropped, I went right into that with having my cast join, and so I've been introducing the community to the cast because they're phenomenal and they did a great job.
That's super cool, man. And the fact that you guys are all friends and you get to just hang out and play the game you guys all worked on is super neat. And, you know, don't worry about the tech issues. Everybody has them. I still have them to this day when it comes to streaming. Oh, is Echo? I wonder what that would be.
We have an Echo?
Oh, you know what? Yep.
Is it because of me?
Nope, you're good. I can fix it here in 1 second. Let me just pause it. We want to make sure this goes through as proper as possible. I got the audio going through my desktop and my Elgato. So let me figure out how to switch my Discord audio real quick. Let's see if we can get it to come through the TV. You guys are...
Well, while you do that, I do want to say hi to anybody who's here in chat who I know or don't know. Hello, nice to meet you. Or nice to see you again.
All right, let's see here. I'm going to go...
Hope everyone's enjoying the game. Have you guys enjoyed the game?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh. This is like, in comparison to 2 and 3 Remake, it's definitely the most addicting of all of the RE Engine games, like by far. Just
I agree with you.
It's, yeah, the gameplay loop, the mechanics, the room for upgrades. There's a million different ways to progress through this game, to engage with the merchant and level up Leon. And it's just, it never gets old. For me, it's like the pacing of every action set.
Can you get the game to go through the desktop?
So well together.
And just close off Elgato.
Plus, I think they were toying with the idea, like in Village, they were testing the open world.
That's not going to change anything.
Well, no, because then I can...
Oh, you can. It'll be the same start.
It's just, and now that I've played the game a couple times, I got addicted to Mercenaries, and so I have just got S++ ranking with every character, every level, which was not easy.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Mercenaries is something else. Like that, like I was so happy when that finally dropped because I was like, all right, let's see how this plays, and I was hooked, man. I couldn't stop myself. It was such an experience playing that, and I just absolutely fell in love with like the kind of like the redesign of the game a little bit, and not like how easy it is to make combos, but like all the different options you have to go about getting that S++ rank and such. It's just cheesing with the knife with Krauser and everything was always fun. You know, like it's just the whole mode is absolutely brilliant. Just goes to show that we need a solo based game just on Mercenaries itself.
I hope they do a co-op version, and that might be a future patch or a extra DLC. I don't know. I'm just crossing my fingers because it would be so fun.
It feels so natural, right? Because we have Luis and Leon in the cabin encounter, and he says, "Oh, it's your turn. You know what to do." He stuns him in the knee. You get the kick, and all of these characters and mercenaries, they've really done a lot of work to contribute to each of their unique sense of identity. They all have their exclusive abilities now. Luis has the bombs, and Hunk has the crazy rapid fire. So kind of building onto that sense of identity that was in the original RE4 Mercenaries for each character, Wesker having his crazy melee and Krauser having his arm, that's been dialed up to 11 as well, because now you have very tangible expression of each character's unique strength, and I love that.
Right.
All right, so what we're doing, guys, is we got the audio for Nick, Beggy, and Tony. We have our audio, but unfortunately, we're not going to have video game audio, which is okay because we're going to be having a conversation and talking through it regardless. But I cannot get the source because the Elgato also goes through the desktop. And right now I cannot switch my Discord audio through a different source because it only works with my desktop audio. It's really frustrating and confusing.
The Discord, yeah.
But I've been working on this for a while and there's no other option. So we'll just do it like this for now. But I appreciate your patience. I appreciate everybody coming by. I gotta switch my outfit here.
Crap.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This makes me feel good that I'm not the only one that does stuff like this.
Exactly, Nick. As we were just saying it, we're having them right now.
Uh-huh.
Like exactly as we just said. I still have technical issues when I stream to this day.
We're just
There you
looking
go.
out- We're looking out for you, Nick.
Yeah.
Did that on purpose.
Thanks,
for you.
guys. Thanks for fucking up.
Anywhere
Oh, man.
JJ goes, tragedy falls. He, like when you were at that concert and the concert just like shut down, I was like, oh, it's like a Friday night at the Row.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it stopped. We're gonna reset this. We're gonna start all the way from the beginning. I'm gonna switch my outfit here back to the standard clothes, and then we're gonna start it like it never happened. Right? Just pretend that never happened. All right, we're gonna go main story. We're gonna go to extras. I'm gonna put on regular default outfit.
For sure.
I'm gonna take the cool
Come
circular
on.
shades off. We'll
We just
back
got a
up to-
wonderful Spanish RE4 question relevant in chat.
Did we?
What does El Gato mean in this context? I only know the cat.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
it is
cat,
this
right?
cat that actually interprets and it actually transcribes the signals from the game. And then it actually vocalizes that into the computer, and the computer puts that into the stream.
Whoa,
It's just legendary AI cat. It's very new. Check it out.
that's fancy.
No.
Wait, what?
Well, I don't get it.
I didn't
I
understand
think
that
it was a
back.
joke, right?
Yeah, it was a joke that went over my head.
Sorry, babe.
It's
I got
it's
that.
real.
A cat.
I got you.
It's an AI cat that does the audio.
Nick got it.
I didn't get it. Sorry.
The only thing that's going to be unfortunate about not hearing the audio is hearing your lines. So I'm sorry, Nick, but we're going to have you do your lines in real time so that they can
Read-
hear.
where the subtitles go?
Bye.
Read the subtitles as we go.
I'm
Hey,
joking.
what's up,
You don't have
Beggy,
to.
what's your favorite loadout? You probably beat this a few times. What would you
Ooh.
say is your preferred game style? Like going commando
Definitely.
style or
Um,
stealthy?
Definitely going commando, and it's doing it in the least sort of commando fashion ever. I use very underwhelming weapons and I go all out with them. So my primary is always the bolt thrower.
Ooh.
I love the bolt thrower. I love that it consistently allows you to stun enemies for melee. I like using the red 9 a lot. I try to refrain from using the actual bullets from any gun as often as I can because the bolt thrower is so good in this game. Once you get that exclusive, you get the bigger clip, you could fire 10, 20 bolts, and you can move through really difficult sections without making any noise, like the double Gyarados room. So that's usually like the bulk of my game plan is just to use the bolt thrower to stun people and kick them around. And if I have to use stuff, then I'm probably using the rifle and the red 9.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's interesting. I'm streaming the game right now, and technically, it is only the first time I've played through the whole game myself. The first time I played it, I played the first 7 chapters, and I streamed it to my little brother. We were on opposite coasts, and then I went to Boston, and he played chapters 8 through the end of the game. And so this is the first time I'm ever going to be like fighting Sadler, for instance.
Oh.
And so this only being my second playthrough, there are like 3 other ways I want to play this. And the bolt thrower I have not adopted yet. And so, yes, I think I'm going to do that next and soup that up all the way and see how that changes everything, because I do love it.
It
Oh,
makes
yeah,
for
you'll
some very
find yourself-
interesting kills too. Like if you can plan it right with your melee and the bolt thrower with the explosives, it can look pretty epic.
Plus, if you're smart about it, you never run out of ammo.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. It's a slower way to play, a more stealthy way to play. It makes sense that Bag would do that.
does.
I've not done that yet either, but that is something I should try to go through and do. You know, that's one of the
And another-
benefits of this game
another
is
thing-
it's just so fun to replay that you can do it a million different ways.
And one little detail that I do love too, because I'm also like a sniper type guy,
Yeah.
and it was Susie who suggested that I take off the scopes of the rifles always. And so I
Oh.
never run with scopes. And you go
Oh.
down sights and it like bumps into like a first person shooter like Call of Duty.
Yeah. It does.
And the reason I do it is because it's quicker and better for close quarters.
Yeah.
It feels really good in this game too. I was
Love
surprised.
it.
It was like using the rifle without the scope for like
Love it.
until I got the stingray, and I'm like, wow, this feels like I'm playing a different game, and it feels like I'm
Yeah.
playing RE4.
But even the Stingray, I just don't even put it on ever. And so I don't get my long snipes, but it's still just quick and like you can just pop heads.
Get your dome split.
I haven't even. So I think the next playthrough I'm going to do is going to be Bolt Thrower and also Red 9. So I've every time I've gotten the Red 9, I know it's classic, but I've sold it because I like the SG so much.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I love the Red 9. It's so much fun. Like I randomly found it when I played the game, and I was just like, wait, this was here? Oh, cool! Like, let's go. I
Yeah.
was like super happy to get it. And it's just such a fun. It's a cool looking gun. It's great in every aspect. I've always loved it since the original, and it's just beautiful. Like that gun is amazing.
You know what's funny though is I don't know if you guys know this, but the place where you find the Red 9, where probably all of you have found it, that's not a guarantee.
Really?
Really?
So
Really?
I won't say where it is, but the first time I found it, the second time we went there because we died actually and we had to go back, and the second time there was a gem in there.
Oh really?
No
Okay. So
kidding.
it's random.
Yep.
Wait,
Very
are
random.
you sure?
It's like
Hang
probably
on.
like this algorithm, maybe like 1 out of every 10 times that's what happens. But I thought that was interesting, and I thought to myself in that playthrough, I was like, then where is it? And I never found it, but we had to buy it off the merchant.
You know what I
That-
just thought of? In that place where you find it, there is a gem that you pick up, and it is in a treasure chest. And so you pick up a gem and the Red 9. So I was wondering if you picked up like 2 gems and no Red 9, because there is a gem there too.
That's a good call. I don't know. I have no idea.
Hmm.
And there's a possibility we just missed it.
That is like, oh yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I will admit.
I love the Sentinel 9 is my favorite go-to pistol. It just looks so damn good. I think they introduced it with Vendetta. It was supposed to be in Resident Evil 6 and it wasn't, but they released it as the DLC. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to use that, but yeah, it's a pretty good looking gun, and it actually it's pretty powerful in this game when you fully upgrade it. I'm just going through and
What are the perks to it? Like, what's its strength?
I think it's let's see if I got it in here. It increases the critical hit rate by 5 times.
Shit.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you know
pretty
what I
solid.
do? Like when I rock with the Silver Ghost, I upgrade that all the way, and I usually put an exclusive ticket on that to make that 5 times more.
Oh,
And almost-
yeah, that
it's
is
like
nice.
every-
Yeah,
It's like every third headshot it just pops it, you know?
get your dome split. Yeah, so what I wanted to say too about this game is I'm sure you're enjoying it, but did you expect, Nick, when they had you come on to be Leon Kennedy, did you expect they would do as good of a job as they did and the game would be as fun to replay?
I had a feeling that they knew the legacy behind this. I mean, there's always legacies with all these games, but 4, specifically 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it won Game of the Year. It changed the whole scope of like third-person shooters back then. It like changed so much. It was such a legendary title, and I just had a feeling they were absolutely not going to cut any corners with it.
Yeah.
And do it right, and they did.
I think so.
This to me, this is my favorite Resident Evil game that has come out in probably since 4.
Yeah.
Same.
I think
Yeah.
out of like their recent remakes, right? This one seems to be the most it's interesting because it's not only faithful, but it takes its reimagining, as they like to say, the reawakening or the reimagining.
Yeah.
It like has a really fine balance of a reimagining and a remake, while in my opinion keeping the essence of what made the original so special, and also while adding the replayability and actually enhancing it, like the treasures, the collectibles you picked up, they added to that far more than the original. The different variations and stuff you could get. Oh, I hit the wrong. Oopsies. Get out of here, lady. I hit the wrong button.
Well,
There's
what
so
I
many.
feel like they did is what we're touching upon this now is I feel like they have taken some of the best aspects of every RE title since 4. They've borrowed like the jewel system kind of from 5. That's what it's reminiscent of 5. They even have the little beetles you can get. They borrowed from 2 remake, 3 remake, Village, 6. Like they just took little elements of everything, and they're like, "What was the best?" And let's put it into a pot and make this game.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
And it's a really nice amalgamation. And when you go back and play like 2, 3 in Village, you can kind of see. I think I hit it.
I don't.
You can kind of see like they're experimenting towards this, right? Like this was, it seems like it was always the goal.
Even Village was absolutely a testing ground for a lot of elements in this game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the recipes for the Duke and stuff like that. Like you can kind of see the skeleton of that in this.
Yeah, for sure.
Sort of.
Oh, here's where you say the line, and I actually did turn the audio on, so there's gonna be a bit of an echo, but I can't not have the audio on for this part. When I seen this part in the game, I was like, oh my god, they kept it in, the line. It was a very, very fun fan moment.
And with Village too, there's not as much crossover as
Hey,
in
you're gonna miss
RE4
it.
Remake. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Meg.
But it's okay. I was gonna say when you're crafting
It's right here, it's
items
right here.
and you're crafting ammo, and
Meg.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
No, I had to play it. Sorry to cut you off, Meg. You should continue now. You can probably finish. Yeah.
I hope you're happy, Nene.
I'm very happy.
But yeah, no, I was just saying there's a lot more crossover in decision making when you're crafting items in this game as opposed to Village. In that game, a lot of the ammo types that you're crafting, they can only be made one way. And in terms of crafting the medicinal items versus crafting any of your sort of like your ammo, in that game it's very straightforward, but here you have to decide if you want to make bolts, if you want to craft special types of ammo for later, and overall there's just a lot more thinking and processing that goes into the player's head.
Yeah.
And that also comes from there just being a much more robust array of weapons and grenades and heavy grenades, all that kind of stuff.
You can play it any way you want, and it's just phenomenal. Like the replayability just really blows my mind compared to really all the games that we've seen as far as customizing and tailoring your experience. That is so impressive when I played this.
Yeah.
After the first playthrough that we did with me and my brother, that's what I thought to myself. I was like, I cannot wait to play this again. And I don't say that about every game. You know, like I think Dead Space Remake is a good example. I think that game's phenomenal. It deserved all the reviews it got, and I am having a really good time playing through it. I'm not even done. But as far as like, I feel like the customization that you can do in that game mostly is about which weapons do you want to upgrade.
Yeah.
That's kind of sort of it. And then other than that, you play the game sort of one way. This one is just such a different experience, and I can't wait to play this like maybe 4, 5, 6, 20 times.
Become a pro. Become a professional player. Beat it. Do the speed run and get the record time. And it turns out not only are you Leon Kennedy, but you're also the record holder for professional runs.
I don't think that'll ever happen, though.
No, it might. Never say never. Nick,
I'm
if
pretty
anybody
decent.
can do it, it's you.
I'm pretty decent at this, but I'm not that good.
Not that good. Not yet, right? We gotta take you
No.
through the training. You don't want me being
But I
your
did.
trainer though.
But I told you in Mercenaries, though, I did get S++ with every character and all the levels, and
There you go.
See, you're
That
already
was-
on the path.
I'm proud of that.
Nick, I haven't even done that yet.
I didn't even know there was S++.
Yeah,
to
S++
be
with
honest.
Mercs, and
No.
I only did it with one character, Krauser, the cheat character.
Has anyone else done it? Tony or Beg?
Oh yeah,
I-
I did.
Yes.
I knew
think,
Tony was gonna do it.
Yeah, I think the first character I actually did that with was Hunk. I think he was
Same.
the first one because he was my main in RE4, the original RE4 Mercenaries. He was so much fun to play, and he's got he doesn't have much, but he's got what he needs. He's got that Steven Seagal neck snapping action still, and he's got jazz hands after he
Yes,
snaps
I love
someone's
that.
neck.
Little twinkle.
I had so much fun with that character, and even like Luis, I was glad they added him because I always thought it was weird they never added him in the old game. So I was really glad. And everybody says, "Oh yeah, but he's the worst character," and I was like, I see where you guys see that, but he's also one of the best characters. Like where he falls short in some skills, there's other skills that make up for it. And I was like, that balance is just so beautiful right there.
Oh, I know.
It
Even
is.
the way they animated his melee attacks, he's like very Don Quixote in the way that he swings, and he's like almost like tripping over his own shoelaces.
Yep.
He's like fumbling around, and he's very sloppy. But that's kind of the beauty of playing as Luis. He doesn't look like he's the brains and not the brawn, and he's sort of just flailing for his life. And every once in a while, he's got his dynamite, and there he goes.
Yeah.
So I thought he was the most interesting character to play as because it was the most challenging. And so this is funny. Up until just very recently, one of my mods, Kemi, told me that with his special, I thought you could only drop one dynamite, and then for the rest of his power up, his guns were just more powerful. So that's all I thought. I never thought you can drop more dynamites, and so it was very hard for me to get S++ with him because I didn't know that. But you can drop like 3 to 4 dynamites at a time.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I knew that either.
I think I did that, didn't I?
Yeah,
You might
so
have,
that's
and
why
I
it's
might
hard.
just not have
I'm
remembered.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
But
I like that.
considering that somehow in the castle, he was my highest scoring player before I even knew that. So I had like
Crazy.
I had like
Without-
Yo, without
1.2
knowing it,
million
that's
points with
impressive.
that dude, and then Kemi was like, "Yeah, you can drop like 4 dynamites." I was like, "What?
Imagine what your score
Holy
would have
shit!"
been.
So
Yeah.
it took me a while to get S++ in the village with him because he's a bit slower. He's overpowered and underpowered at the same time.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
good challenge, right? That's your preferred
I like going to
character.
the castle. Yeah, definitely. That's the first one I played as.
Yep. And then when I played Krauser, I was like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
so much
Once you
easier.
figured out how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I love that. I think Leon was fun to play in the Mercenaries too, because in the original RE4 he was terrible. Like on purpose,
I
they made
know.
him terrible, and I always hated that they did that. It's like this dude goes from wrecking an entire village, castle, and military island to barely being able to do anything in Mercenaries. And in this game, it's like, you know, you got that full mode where he goes full John Wick when that you get that special filled up, and it's so cool, man.
We have a ton of support and questions for Nick in the chat, so Corey's gonna start going through them. And so thank you guys for that support. We appreciate it. Like we said, while the conversation's going, we don't want to interrupt, but we will try to ask as many questions as we can. Thank you.
I think we're on the Coda Soldier with the $2.
Thank you, Lakota.
My husband and I wish you the best. Love you.
Thank you.
And then we got Haley B, member 9 months on Roll Squad Recruit. You
Thank
guys
you,
have
Haley.
helped me out of a bad place. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley.
Thanks, Haley. Then Amy Lemieux with 5 gifted memberships.
Holy crap. Thank you, Amy,
Crazy.
so much for that incredible support.
Thanks, Amy.
Grow the row.
Then we got XG Nick, member for 27 months on Roll Squad Bravo team. From one Nick to another. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for coming.
Yeah. We
Thank
all
you, Nick.
appreciate you here, Nick.
It's a good name.
Good name. Good name.
Wise
like
choice.
Yeah,
I approve.
wise choice.
I'll read a couple more here. We got CJ Gamer, $5. Question for Nick. How was
Thank
the
you.
process of making RE4 Remake in comparison to RE2 Remake?
Ooh, that's a good question.
More action. As I said, I just liked where his attitude was as a character with his arc. I liked it just a little bit more. I just had more pure fun with it.
Yeah.
And I got to collaborate more on this project and give suggestions and really shape the character a little bit more, I felt, in this one. Not that I didn't in RE2, just it was a little bit more in RE4.
Did it
and
help
was
that you
super fun.
you already knew the character and you played the game so much and you had a really good idea of how you thought Leon was mixed with your performance? Did that help, having that experience playing the game growing up?
Well, yeah, it did. I
Yeah.
mean, also for this one, I had the base of RE2 Remake. Oop, hold on one sec. I had the base. I had like a jumping point this time.
Yeah.
And it was up to us to shape the arc of like how is he the same guy, but how has he changed now? So that was kind of interesting. And I had a great time working with Steve Kniebley, who's a cinematic director. And again, we shaped that performance, and it was just something really special in my life.
I think you guys killed it. Honestly, when I was listening to your voice, like it had that experience, it had that pain, it had that bit of confidence, but like you must have practiced that a ton. And obviously you're an actor, but as far as hearing Leon in this game, I thought it was perfect. Like it was a perfect blend of rookie cop and now experienced, hardened agent. You know.
For me, it was way more about just the attitude of where it came from versus just affecting the voice and making it a little bit more gruff and gritty.
Yeah.
It was just like, where does the intention come from? And he had the attitude the whole game of like he's so sick of this shit. He's just sick and tired. And that kind of affects your delivery,
Yeah. Did you start to embody the character, feeling sick and tired of going to work every day and to have to record these lines and do all this work? Because you not only
that's
did
right. That's right, a stretch, because I had a blast.
Yeah. But that's one thing too. I don't know. I would assume, but maybe some people don't know. You didn't just do the voice. You did every movement of Leon, all the mannerisms, all of that very physical. Because this game is way more physical than Resident Evil 2. Like, there was a lot you did.
Well, stuff like this. See, we're watching like this cutscene. Every time it cuts to like a movie, for these people who don't know, this is primarily what I did with my body. Is we filmed it like theater, like a movie, and then they throw the digital avatar over you. But in game, like while you're running around shooting people, roundhouse kicking them and stuff, I didn't do that. They typically record that separately, that stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that in video games, but not this one. And so, yes, the voice, all of the dialogue, and these scenes here were super fun and physical.
Yeah. Face.
Even these scenes.
All that.
This right here was the first scene I ever filmed with Andre.
Yeah.
This was the first scene we ever filmed in the whole game. It's right here.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
So
I believe so.
Interesting.
I believe so.
Nothing was in like any particular order. It was all kind of structured to be what would be the most convenient to get it done faster. And this was the first one you did. You had really good chemistry too with it seems like you had really good chemistry with everybody on set just based off of the cutscenes and the performances.
Yeah, we loved it. We had a great time. We're family at this point.
These
are my dear friends, all of them.
You and Andre just what was the guy that was? You guys were choking to death here. What the hell, guys?
That was Marcio. That was Marcio Moreno who plays Salazar. He mocapped that guy.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Wow.
That was technically
Cool.
Salazar. They just replaced him with a Ganado.
Technically.
And you guys,
I never even thought of that. Like,
I mean, you guys did just choke him unconscious.
Right.
Maybe that would have been the last film you shot.
This is how you
See,
make friends
see,
with
this-
your collaborators. You
This
do
was
that.
a good example. Like so Steve, again, the cinematic director, we worked on the blocking of this. This changed a lot as we filmed it, and we were trying to figure out the best way to do it with the best dialogue, how to make it flow.
Yeah.
And that's what Steve is really, really good at. And he trusted me a lot with my knowledge of Leon because I had portrayed him twice already.
Yeah.
And so he gave me a lot of respect and freedom. But he came with so many good ideas, and he definitely like took me in a sort of like different direction. But at all the scenes with all the characters, even the ones I was not in, they just flowed perfectly. I think it's just like they all make sense.
Get him. Now this area is
And
pretty interesting because it's like primarily focused on all stealth, right? It's you have no weapons, nothing, and it really kind of gives you a feel for the new stealth combat in this game.
I always see that
don't
as like
sneak,
a really challenging undertaking to sort of get into the head of a character after the events of Raccoon City. And I've seen it done in external media, non-canon stuff like Resident Evil Underworld, written by S.D. Perry. And it's really fascinating because if you look at the two together, RE4, and you look at RE Underworld, you can kind of see the very beginning, the very dawn of his descent into this like very battle-hardened, sort of like fallen version of what was once a very youthful, more trippy character in RE2. And he actually, in that entry, Resident Evil Underworld, he's about to embark upon a flight with Claire Redfield and Rebecca, and he is stewing with all sorts of different emotions after the events of RE2. He is feeling a little bit inadequate. He feels like everyone else is more qualified to be there than him. He's with a group of stars that exist solely in the novels, as well as Rebecca and Claire, and he has this sort of physical and emotional dependency for Claire that he doesn't want to admit. You know, they come together to sort of pave together a road to healing their traumas from Resident Evil 2. But he can't get himself to actively sort of admit that within his conscience. And now we have a version of himself after that initial dawn in external and non-canon imaginings of Leon post RE2 that basically he knows he doesn't kid himself with anything, and he understands what's at stake, and he rises up to the challenge. He doesn't have this sort of facade of trying to seem maybe not reliant on others, or he doesn't have this kind of this conscience that guides him away from doing what he needs to do. That kind of melts away in this entry, and he really rises up into this new character. So I love seeing different interpretations of post RE2 Leon, and that's one of my favorite ones.
If you haven't noticed it by now, Nick, Beggy is our master of lore and analysis, and as you can see from that
I've seen a lot of stuff. It's pretty deep, and it's not a lot of people know a lot of stuff that goes like that deep into the lore.
Yeah, she definitely
it is interesting, and it does change. It does change sometimes with the CG movies a little bit. You know, they I think they follow canon, they add to it, but it's a little different here and there.
Oh, definitely. Like if you compare Degeneration, Infinite Darkness, you look at those and all the different portrayals of Leon, and in the different in between the different core mainline Resident Evil game entries that they exist in, then it's really, you have so many different flavors and interpretations, and that's often the job of a cinematic director, Nibley, SD Perry, an author, to really understand what the character went through, what sort of companions they forged relationships with, and they suffered through traumas with together. In that case, Claire, and in this one we have Ashley, we have Luis, and sort of building a realistic, complex persona based on all of those interactions. And it's just we have a wealth of those in this franchise, canon and non-canon. So I just, it's so easy to get lost in it because it's a lot to love.
Well, luckily with this script and the story here that we were starting with, although it changed and adjusted while we were filming a little bit slightly, it just made sense. I could see it. I saw all the scenes, and because I just had such a understanding of the original, but also RE2 Remake, which this is loosely connected with, we'll say, I just understood it. It just made sense. There was nothing that confused me, and I was like, every day I showed up, all right, let's do this, let's nail it, and we would just find what made sense. And I think the final product makes sense. There's nothing, like, there aren't many holes in this story. I think we all understand what happened, and it's a really solid story, I feel like, for a recent Resident Evil game. I think it's one of the better ones they've ever done.
I think so. I think it's way more consistent and in line with 2 than the original 2 and 4 were. That was one of my favorite things about this game, is how much more in line the character development is, the story. And, they didn't mention the downfall of Umbrella at the beginning like they did in the original 4, which makes me wonder if they're going to revisit that idea in an upcoming game.
Nor did they mention Krauser, so a lot of improvements.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think it's Capcom just did such a really, really good job with this, and they understood that pressure, and they just really, really impressed me with this one a lot.
Same.
And I had such a fun time with 2, 3, and Village, and 7. Those are the past 5 years they've come out with 4 bangers, and this one just, I don't know, feels really, really, really awesome.
The Resident Evil hype train is rolling, and I hope we see you back in a future Resident Evil game. Maybe Resident Evil 9. Maybe.
Hey, who knows?
Maybe
if they call me back, great.
Yeah, that'd be sick, though.
That would be.
We got Susie in the chat. Hey, Suze.
How's it going, Susie? Thanks for coming by.
What's up, Suze?
I find it a little difficult to play without audio.
Yeah, me too.
I was complimenting.
Very difficult time. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I was complimenting Susie on the going down sights, no scope with the snipers.
Oh yeah,
it's one of my favorite features.
I gotta try that.
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
It's a new way to play with the rifle.
Pika. Hot potato. Hot potato.
I can't see everything that's happening right now because it's just freezing on me. But
I'm sorry.
I see a little bit of gameplay here and there.
Oh crap, that sucks. We tried to get it all set up beforehand to make sure everything was going to go through smooth, and then as soon as we started, we run into an issue with the stream lagging for them, and then no audio. We definitely try. I could refresh it here in a second though to see if I can get you something. I played that part wrong.
Oh,
I was
it's
supposed to
okay.
run past them.
I just want to see you do your thing, but I don't need it.
Well, thank God you don't see me do my thing because it ain't very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was first got my hands on it, I was finally able to sit down and play this game. And I was just having so much fun. And you know, obviously they got the traditional like roundhouse kick, and every time I would just like line up headshots and just keep doing them over and over. And I think my chat was getting mad at me for doing it, but I kept saying roadhouse every kick, and I think everybody was like, "All right, enough. We get it. You like to kick people."
I just died.
What?
Yeah. If you don't go fast enough through that, it really throws everything off. And I was trying to like do a few things at one time, and it just not good. Not good. That never happened, you guys. I never died. Nobody's seen that. I got to get this fixed for them.
I
Nothing
seen
happened.
Let's
No.
see.
I seen it.
We
I
didn't.
clipped it. It happened.
No.
Made me spit.
I was gonna check. Corey, did we get to the question?
Corey's going now.
I'll look. I think I might have left.
Yeah, we're gonna back up on the support. Thank you guys.
There's some good ones up here.
Yeah, there was a couple going this off for sure. We are on right now. Agent Veronica, RE4 Remake member for 3 months. Rogue Squad recruit. Are you
Thank you.
excited for RE Death Island movies?
Oh yes, definitely excited for that. I think it's gonna be fun action, kind of like Vendetta was. Hopefully it's not a little. I hope they find a fine balance of fun action and not too over the top. How about you guys? How about you, Nick? Are you excited for Death Island? Holy shit!
Yeah, I like to see all those movies, and I think this is a I think it's a sequel to Vendetta, sort of. I don't know if
It
that's true. I just
They
feel like
showed
it
the
might be.
girl from the last movie. She was in a quick scene. She was the one like with Glenn's team and stuff like that. She was that silent girl.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm excited. I always have fun with those movies, and you know, Infinite Darkness was fun, and they're so different and connected with canon at the same time.
Yeah.
So I like to see how they do, like how they sort of become connecting tissue between stories. That's interesting to me as a fan.
It's a good way to describe them because all of those little time gaps in between, they're like an infinite number of Resident Evil stories that you could spin. And I always describe it as you set an isolated location, you bring the characters to that location, you have them destroy some villain who creates some bioweapon, and then the island blows up, and you do it again. And as long as you have new locations where bioterrorist threats actually emerge, then you can set an infinite number of stories with the heroes in between the main line and not have it really detract from the continuity of the mainline games.
Yeah, and like one example is I think it was the end of Infinite Darkness where there was a little Easter egg, like planting a seed for Tricell.
Mm-hmm.
And right when I saw that, I was like, oh, I know what they're alluding to. And like, I didn't know what was going to happen with like a new game coming out or another CG project. Like I had no idea, but to dive into that, like to talk about like what happened before maybe the events of 5, I wasn't really aware of like the timeline, exactly where that would lie before or after or during the events of Resident Evil 5, but I'm a huge fan of 5 and I just thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, that would be a perfect sort of bridge between them. If you see like, if you want a better introduction to Excelligione and Tricell and how the actual events of RE5 went down in Kijuju, of the classic Resident Evil sort of overarching theme of this very wealthy corporation offering jobs to the poor. And that is actually Sheva's backstory. Her parents actually work for these corporations, and she goes to investigate their death, finds out there's a bioterrorist threat behind it. And so it's a very recurring theme in Resident Evil. And the next corporation, the next Tricell, the next Umbrella, it's always very riveting to see, the variations between, say, the connections in 7 and 8 and Tricell of 5 and Umbrella. It goes on and on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Herman Turrington, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships right there. That's
Thank you so much,
really
Herman,
generous
for
of you,
throwing
dude. Thank
the
you so
rope.
much.
Everybody give it up to Herman. Corey's gonna go back in line and order here.
Yeah,
now.
we'll catch up to that. We got Lakota Soldier with $5.
Thank you, Lakota.
Remember when you proposed to Ariel and she saw the live stream? She said yes, and we had a small wedding and honeymoon.
I proposed for Lakota, and now they're married and they had a honeymoon, which is crazy awesome. Congratulations.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. That was one of the fun moments on this channel.
That's awesome. And then we got Will Haynes, remember 11 months on Rogue Squad Alpha Team.
Thank you.
Should be an epic stream.
Thank you. It's fun. Yeah. If I don't die, it's fun.
You didn't die yet. You're good.
Good. Yeah, you're right. I didn't die yet. Right, guys? Right.
And then we got Amy.
I don't know. That chainsaw death looked pretty real to me.
I think you're
making things
delusional.
up. Yeah. You're seeing things.
That's okay, though. We still love you.
We got Amy Lemieux with the $5.
Thank you, Amy.
It is all right. We still love you and are here for the community.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Amy.
And then Mr. Dutchy Dutch with the £2.
Thank you.
Hey, JJ, great stream. Do RE four times now. Hey, Nick. Oh, you did it 4 times now.
Oh, yeah.
Or they did.
Nice. I think I did it like 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played this game a lot. I'm still not great at it, but I do enjoy it.
You're good at certain things for sure.
Yeah.
Like the demo, you were killing that.
Yeah.
Hey,
The demo, yeah.
Speedrunning it.
Glad they had the dog back. Were you excited for the dog, Nick?
Did you hit a bear trap this game?
I hit like 10 of them.
Oh my god, every time.
Okay, because I can't see everything, but there's another line of dialogue that I've never heard or seen in my playthroughs or whatever anyone else's. If you do not step on a bear trap, you say a different line to the dog. Anyone here?
No.
Really?
I would
Wow.
be very curious to know what that is. That was actually one of my questions I was going to ask you. Is what other
So
stuff...
the line, when you step on a bear trap and then you get to the dog, Leon says, "You too, buddy."
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't do that, he says something else because I recorded an alternative, and I don't remember what that is, but I want to hear it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I did, and I just don't remember. But right now, without the audio on for us,
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything.
I remember
it's all silent.
You too, buddy. You know.
I don't need Leon talking in the game because I'm talking to Leon right here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like now I really want to play through this game again and just not hit any traps. But like they're
you know
everywhere.
how hard that is? They hide them everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do.
There's so many bear traps in this game.
Like I remember when I saw one of the villagers actually putting one down during one of the fights, and I'm like, he's literally putting it down now. Like what the? Oh, okay, that's the game we're playing now. All right.
They get stuck in their own bear traps.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to clarify something with you guys. In this game, they don't do any damage to you, do they? They do nothing, right?
No, they don't.
They stun you only.
Yeah.
Right. So it's so funny. I remember in the original, I would always more so be disappointed in myself for taking damage from the bear trap. But there's a lot of ones that are placed here where enemies aren't even around, and you kind of just look stupid and lose no health. And it's so funny how it was designed that way to just be like a slight troll.
Yeah.
And just get you stuck for a little bit and not take any damage. It's so funny.
I do like that you don't take damage, though. That'd be so frustrating. You just constantly go from bear trap to bear trap and then die. Could you imagine dying to him? Damn, that suck. Nick, if you don't mind me asking, and if you can't answer, that's totally fine. But what were some of your favorite lines, or some lines that you recorded that you vividly remember that didn't make it into the game?
That's a really hard question.
Oh,
just
sorry,
because
I'm not good at questions.
we
I tried.
Well, we recorded like thousands of lines. It's really hard to think back and remember like what got in, what didn't get in, stuff like that. And some of the lines that we haven't heard yet. I mean, I'd rather not talk about the lines that you haven't streamed yet on this one, just in case there are people who, for spoilers, anyways. Like later on in the game. So there were just so many that I really just had a good time with. Jeez.
Was it a cool
You're so
grid,
early
like,
in the game.
doing some of the, like, because there's a lot in Hasta Luego is my favorite. You did that, you did Bingo, you did so many that were in the original, and you had so many new ones. It must have been pretty cool to go back through and give your own take on them.
Yeah. Yep. Some of them we kept. Some of them they were open to suggestions, and that was the coolest thing for me. Is I got to write a couple lines. And as long as everyone was happy, like if Steve liked it, it was okayed by Capcom, and we got to explain to them like that a Westerner would absolutely say something like that, and it came off as badass. It's like that's what we had to kind of all talk about and agree on. And plus, as an actor, I had to sell them.
Yeah.
And And because I believed it in my heart, I guess I sold some of them, and some that made it in, I was really happy with.
What was your favorite? If you could just kind of like go through the ones you said in the game, what was kind of your favorite one?
I think one of the favorite ones that I got to write, and then would be when he fights Mendez. Actually, when he fights Mendez and Sadler.
Okay.
When he meets Sadler, when Sadler starts to go on, he introduces himself very cordially, actually. And at that point in the game, I was so fucking tired and just sick of everything. I got to like cut him off really trite and just be like, tell someone who gives a shit.
That was good. That one was really good.
I just thought that was exactly what he would say in a situation like that. And some of the alternatives that didn't make it in the game for that very scene was, again, I thought it was like a really cool contrast, because he was actually polite. He's like, allow me to introduce myself. Like, this is me and this is my town. And he was so happy and proud about it.
Yeah.
And so one suggestion I had was, oh, nice to meet you. Goodbye. Shoot him in the face. I thought that was kind of like John McClane-ish, you know.
Yes.
Tony loves that. Yeah.
And I also love when he fights Mendez, when Mendez mutates and he says, "You want to get ugly? Let's get ugly."
That reminds me of what was it? The first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, where he's like, "You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts."
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Someone needs to modify that Mendez line to where he's like, "You want to get ugly? Let's get ugly." And then he makes the 300% facial animation like face from RE2.
Hell yeah.
Those
He literally
facial
gets ugly.
speed up things are crazy.
They're funny. Yeah, I love
They're
those.
legendary.
And then one line that I think the localization director, Wes Bishop, he got to write a line when the final kill with Sadler, when he stabs him in the face.
Yes.
And he gives that back to him, and he's like, "I'll give you a holy body," which is a pun on words, and it's hilarious. I think that's my favorite line of the game.
That was good too. You got to have that last. It's like a staple to the Resident Evil series. You got to have your final like saying to the boss before you destroy him.
Yeah, what was cool about that line was dynamic. Was that number one? Yeah, it was badass. But number two, it was probably the best pun in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
It was.
Sadler's been saying it the whole time. You know, you will receive the holy body.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
When I got to that part at the end of the game for the first time, I cheered so fucking loud because I was just so. I felt like the biggest like John McClane moment like that. Like, you know, I was just so fucking happy about that. I was like, this is great.
That was great. Did they have you record
you nailed that.
Did they have you record the no thanks, bro?
Yeah.
Was that something you recorded, or was that never on it?
No,
that wasn't it.
Nope. Corey, you want to catch back up?
Yeah. We are on. Raheem Allen with the $5.
Thank you, Raheem.
Hey, yo, graduating college tomorrow, so more time for the Residents of Evil.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Still didn't beat the demo with
dude.
knife yet, sadly.
Oh, I don't think I'd be able to either.
Well, at least you're graduating. You have lots of time.
Yeah, you're good. Done with school now.
All right. And Raheem Allen also joining the Rogue Squad recruits.
Oh, thank you for becoming a member.
Hey, welcome.
Then we got Proxy 1 Creations with $5.
Thank you, Prox.
Very important question.
Prox.
Nick, have you tried the S'moreos yet? They're super good.
Ooh.
No, but I would.
What is that, like cereal?
S'mores.
No,
Oreos.
it's s'mores as an Oreo.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a new flavor.
Cereal?
I would give that a whirl.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we got Betsy Hepzibah with the member for 10 months.
Oh,
at
I love
Bravo.
Betsy. Betsy's my favorite. She's
Thank
my
you,
favorite
Betsy.
out
Such a hard name
out
to
of
say, though.
everyone here. Even you
Starts
guys.
with Betsy.
She's the best.
Did I read it?
No, you didn't.
Happy Friday. Hey, guys. Hey, Nick.
Happy Friday, Betsy.
Hello.
We got It Man with $5. Hero Squad and Nick. I understand if you can't say anything about Ill, though I'm looking forward to seeing another successful project from you.
Oh, yeah, ill.
Thank you. I would love to. I haven't been in touch with the team, but I do think they're going to move forward with that, and I'd be excited as a horror fan. I think that game will be twisted as fuck.
Yeah, that
I
game looks
want
really
it.
good.
I want to see it. Even if I'm not in it in any capacity, I'm still gonna play the shit out of a game like that.
Right.
Psychological horror, love it.
And the photorealisms were really cool in that game. I just remember when the trailers dropped, and hearing you in it was super cool. But when that trailer dropped, it's just like, man, this looks too good to be true. Like this is on the next level of graphics and gore. That was sick.
You guys are really, really talented.
Yeah.
Small team, very small team.
Yeah, that's usually indie developers really make steps forward, as with the different gameplay mechanics, or they do something that's out of the norm. So that's why I always like checking out indie survival horror games and horror games in general, because there's always something unique and interesting about them.
Yeah. They want to leave their footprint.
Yeah.
Would you feel about Daymare in 94?
I actually thought that was a huge improvement over 98 as far as the gameplay mechanics and the UI. I thought the UI was cool in 98, loading up your menu, but it was very clunky, This is just smooth and snappy. It really feels, when I was playing it felt a lot more in line with like Resident Evil 2 remake. Book.
Yeah. Very similar, yeah. I got to play the demo and it was fun, and I actually liked the Is there anything secret about that? Can we talk a little bit about it?
Talk about it.
I liked the freezing aspect, like that whole mechanism in the game.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Like that's one of those things that changes up the way you play, right? So you go to balance, you can freeze, and then you can melee, or you can use your weapons. I agree. I thought that was like a really cool new feature, new way to play it.
Yeah, and it was also a cool spin on zombies versus undead in a different way.
Yeah.
Like kind of kept alive through electricity, almost like that's getting into like the Frankenstein realm,
Yeah, that exactly.
Cool.
Like when I said, I was like, oh, it's kind of this clever way to do the undead. Is it's electricity that's bringing them back, and then you throw in the other mechanics with it, and it makes for a very interesting game. I like what they're doing with that, and I'm looking forward to it.
Actually, I got to play it myself. I haven't had the chance to.
Yeah, demo's out now if anybody wants to play it on Steam.
Yeah, because what was it? Charlie was in the chat last night, and he was like, "Oh, have you played it yet?" And I was like, "Ah, nah, dude, I haven't. I have yet to play that."
Yeah, I don't know how much did he talk about it?
Oh, he didn't say anything. He was just asking if I had played it yet and everything. I don't think he wanted to spoil me or anything. Yeah. So I definitely maybe is the demo long? Like how long is the demo?
I think it's about an hour.
Took me like a half hour.
Oh, it took you a half hour? Maybe Jesus, Nick. He says he's not a pro, but he's way better than I am. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll play that next Thursday on the road before I start RE3 on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, definitely check it out. The team behind it, where they got known was they were remaking a fan version of Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I think because Capcom was officially remaking it at the time, they put a cease and desist, but they didn't just cease and desist. They invited the team out to Capcom to check out what they're working on and to just, kind of get to meet them, because obviously they're huge Resident Evil fans, and because of that, then they created their own company. They made Daymare 1998, and now they're coming out with the sequel. So I always liked their story, and as a Resident Evil fan myself, I just always kind of rooting for them to do well.
Yeah, same. I think it's really, really cool and admirable what they're doing and what they're capable of as a small team, because I have a small understanding of the other side of the game industry. Outside of being an actor, like I kind of understand what goes into it, but when you see these games right here, like these AAA titles, you see how many hundreds, like thousands of people work on these games tirelessly for like 4 to 5 years. That's what goes into it. And so when someone is a small team of like less than 10 people is able to make a whole game, sure, it might not be as polished or as in depth as something like this, but still, it's still amazing.
And you can see the passion behind it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're coming up to my least favorite part of the game. This freaking Del Lago, freaking salamander. First time I played it, I was like, that was way easier than I remember. And then ever since then, I've had nothing but trouble with it. This thing ruins all my playthroughs. Big ass bass.
This is a cool question from Kaylin Fox. What is your favorite Leon alternative costume?
Ooh.
Good question.
Is it a question for me or JJ?
Oh,
I guess everyone. Yeah.
It's for you, bud.
It's for you.
I like his casual. I like the blue jacket. I know it's kind of like on the boring side,
Ooh, I
but
know I like that too. Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, isn't that kind of a nod to like his one of his RE2 outfits, but like on the N64 or something? Or
I think it is a nod to something. I just
Yeah.
forget.
because I think because the N64 or one of them he gets like a skull on his back, and I think it was the N64 version that's his alternate, unless I'm thinking it's just regular RE2. Because like
I
there's
think it's regular RE2 in the PlayStation version. He gets
Yeah, it
the
has
black
right.
leather jacket with the skull on the back. That's that's what you're talking about, Tony.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd know RE2 a little bit more than I would because my thing's RE3.
Favorite game of all time. Yeah, that's a cool callback. But I agree with you, Nick. I really like that. And if you see, I think they're adding it in Death Island. He's actually driving around, and you can see he's got the blue bomber on. So maybe that's like his new kind of signature jacket.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of people playing with it. All right, here we go. Battle time. Corey's going to go
You
back
got
to
this.
the
I'll read
chat.
a couple of these.
Corey's going to read those.
We got Sir Adazukin, Elder of the Row, with a $7 super chat.
Adazukin.
Bladazukin. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of RE, Knife Runs in the chat, Devil May Eat Pie, but he is no Nick Apostolidis. Nick is actual Resident Evil royalty.
Yes, that is true.
I agree.
Nick,
Thanks,
you're
guys.
royalty.
Royalty.
Sweet.
Nick, you gotta wear the crown. Yeah, all the gems that we collect in this game, you gotta wear all of them.
You gotta wear
Yeah.
Salazar's lip rouge.
You gotta
Royalty.
wear slip rouge too.
Yep. Mail them all to me. I'll make a crown. I'll whittle it out
You're
of
good.
wood.
You're good at making stuff, dude. You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Nero Redwood with the $10 super chat.
Thank you, Nero the hero.
Where's everyone going? Poker night?
Oh hell yeah, guys! Let's play some poker. Nick, you down for some poker?
Let's do some poker. I haven't played a good poker game in a long time.
We ever meet up again? Instead of playing Resident Evil, we just do a poker tournament.
I
Hell
like
yeah.
poker. I like Texas Hold'em.
Texas
Big fan.
Hold'em
Same,
all
yeah.
the way.
I haven't played in years, but it's fun.
He also says, hi, Ro and Nick. How are you all doing today? Might leave this in the background since I'm about to start Tears of the Kingdom.
Ooh, good.
Nice.
We're
It's a
doing
game
good,
I don't think
Nero.
I could dive into because I'll never come out of it.
What is-
Like,
Oh.
I'll see you guys in 4 years.
Yeah.
It's
The-
true. The game's pretty
Oh.
addicting from what everybody's been telling me.
I know.
Same.
I'm just afraid to start that because I have an addictive personality.
Yeah, I will never start it, but I will always like take people's word for it. Ever since like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, even other massive open world games. I remember JJ was on Elden Ring for
Yeah, you were
hours and
saying
hours and
that.
hours for like months. It was super big, so
Dude,
it's
I
that
gotta
type
say-
of game.
I have a feeling, just this gut feeling that Zelda's going to take Game of the Year because I think people will be playing this for like the next 10 years.
Oh
No,
yeah.
no, Resident Evil 4. Come on, this is hands down Game of the Year, baby. Right, guys? Game of the Year, Resident Evil 4.
This is still my game of the year, like
Yeah, mine
easy.
too.
Nothing
Well,
comes
think-
close.
I think this absolutely has a chance of that, but this is a stiff competition year
Yeah,
for
it
games.
Wow.
There's
is.
so
Already.
many crazy games coming out. Holy shit!
And
Starfield's coming out soon. too. That might be a
Starfield was
big
there
one.
for you. I don't know.
Then we got what was it? Mortal Kombat the reboot coming in
Oh, yeah.
September. I was like, holy shit.
That trailer was very skushy.
Yes, it was.
Very
Oh, yeah. It's that Tony's
Squishy.
tweet. Yeah.
Skushy.
pretty cool.
One word to explain. Did you see that Mortal Kombat
Squishy.
trailer, Nick?
I did. Yeah,
What did you think of it?
I think it's cool. I like when games go like back to roots and get a little simple
Yeah.
versus huge. I mean, I thought it was cool that they're just doing like for right now, they're doing like the 8 original characters or whatever, something like that, kind of redesign, reimagine a bit. But you know, those games get like what Mortal Kombat 11 have. There's like 50 characters at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. It's fun and everything, but I don't know. As we get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like how big can you get?
I agree.
I like when they take it back sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mortal Kombat has a very extensive character roster, and with 11, like they had like the like their past and future selves like coming together. Like they had the kid, they introduced like Johnny Cage and
Right.
Sonya Blade's kid and everything, Jax's kid. So it was really interesting. I mean, like the story was pretty decent for the most part in that, but yeah, it was very, very action like Hollywood level. It was all over the place. So I'm kind of happy to see them go back because this is yet another timeline reboot because technically Mortal Kombat 9 was a timeline reboot. And now this
Right.
one's another. So I'm excited to see where they go. If they, I mean, they're gonna keep it simple for the most part, I guess. But they're
We'll
gonna add
see.
because it's a fighting game. They're gonna add characters later on.
We'll see what they do with it, but it looks great. The graphics are phenomenal. Those
Oh, yeah.
cutscenes they have, those set pieces, great, and it's like the fatalities and the gore.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep pushing the boundaries because I think that probably still wears the crown of the goriest franchise on the planet.
Oh yeah,
it always
definitely.
was about that. The fatalities back in the day were like pushing the boundaries back in like the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Like freaking like
Mothers-
just uppercutting somebody into the spikes and everything. Like
Mothers
that was so
hated those games. My mom hated that shit.
Yeah, same
And
Yeah,
I
here.
still hate 'em.
Once
a
my
lot of
parents
parents
seen it,
did.
I wasn't allowed to play Resident Evil. I remember that.
What? Yeah.
I had to go to his
I
house
wasn't.
to do
Yeah,
it.
I was not allowed to play Resident Evil 1
Yeah, same.
because
Really?
my mom heard the title. Now I was 12 when it came out. My cousin was playing it, and I asked if I could sleep over and play the game, Resident Evil, and she said, "Ew, that sounds awful. What is it about?" And I said, "Well, it's about zombies and you can blow their heads off with shotguns." And I was so like
Why'd you do
wide-eyed
that?
and excited about that, and she's like, No, you're not playing that game, and you're not sleeping over Mike's." And I was like, fuck. And then 2 years later, I got the opportunity to go to my buddy Joe's, and he had just got PlayStation 1, and he got Resident Evil 2, the sequel.
Ooh.
So I didn't even tell my mom that time I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I was
You
14.
turned into a little shit. Lied to your mom.
I didn't lie. There's a difference between lying
True.
and omitting.
True. Very true.
Very true.
I omitted the detail of what we were going to play.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah, like,
that, technically.
I got the original Resident Evil at launch back in the day. I didn't know what it was. I just walked into a KB Toys. I was 9 years old when that game first came out, and I couldn't buy it obviously. And my dad, he had to come into the store, and they're like, "Yeah, like this game's apparently very scary. We're told like you probably shouldn't be buying this for your son." And my dad just put the money on the table and he goes, "My son knows what's real and what isn't. He'll be fine." I wasn't fine. I was scared shitless. when I was playing.
Thanks, Dad.
I like that.
I wasn't.
I like that.
Because my dad, the first movie he ever showed me, I was 3 years old. It was Die Hard. So
Hell yeah.
like that's like where my love for like Die Hard comes from. But like he figured that I could handle that stuff. But it was sure I had a buddy. His name's Luke. He always loved horror stuff, and I couldn't handle horror when I was a kid. But something told me that I needed to get this game because it just like the cover itself looked cool, and I was just playing. And yeah, I was scared shitless because we had never. Guys gotta remember the original Resident Evil was 2 years before like Metal Gear came out. So that's like a big like thing to see back in 96 was what Resident Evil was. Like no game had done that really before.
Right.
Juicy.
It's funny because like for me, it was never my parents or anyone like gatekeeping what games I could play because they were too graphic or too violent. It was more so like me being too scared to play them myself and just like not until like way later. Like I didn't try like RE4 was my first game, but I didn't try it until like way after it was released. It was not something that I anticipated I would ever enjoy. So to be able to like share that love with like a whole bunch of people like this many years later is it's like unfathomable. It's weird to me. Like even silly stuff, campy horror stuff like Medieval, really scared me because I saw stuff like the Shadow Demons and there's something about that PS1 polygon era imagery that really disturbed me, and that is one of the games that dissuaded me from trying more horror titles. So
That game gave me
even though
nightmares.
it's
Medieval, I had
it's-
nightmares of those pumpkin people coming out of my yard.
that too, that was also scary.
I still remember that.
Wasn't that a
nightmare,
kid's
dude.
horror game
That
though?
must have been. I don't know. I was a kid.
Nick, what game scared you as a kid?
Silent Hill 1 was the first one
Yeah,
that
that'll do it, bud.
really shook me.
Oh, I
Was
bet.
Silent Hill, and I played that after Resident Evil, so I thought Resident Evil was like it was tense,
Yeah.
and I loved the survival horror aspect of it, but Silent Hill was way more psychological for me because I don't know what it was, but they just did it right.
It was a different kind
And-
of horror.
It's a different kind of horror, and I was pissing my pants when that siren went off, and like those, just the monsters were different. It was the fact that you had to choose between a weapon or a flashlight.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And just the sounds that they would mess with your mind in the school, and when the siren went off, the school would change to like a post-apocalyptic butcher butcher shop from hell. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it just really disturbed me, you know.
I
And
played.
he's like,
Oh, sorry, Bag. Go ahead.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say like that to this day is like one of the most memorable experiences in all of like gaming for me, being in midwich school and having those like little demonic baby children run around with their knives and like have these weird like sort of groans and moans and just not really know what was going on. I think
Sounds,
that
the
the
white
movement,
noise, the
yeah.
like, you know, the girl, like crying girl in a bathroom, and then
Mm.
or a cat or something, you go
Oh,
in
yeah.
there, nothing's there. It's just like they just messed with you.
I played Silent Hill 2 for the first time about 2 years ago on the channel, and that game stuck with me. And it was like it was just so well done, and there's so many deeper meanings and messages, and that's why I like Resident Evil and Silent Hill are very similar as far as survival horror, but that's kind of where it ends. Where they're vastly different as far as the horror, physical, mental, like, and it's just the story behind it. It was something special, and I thought about it a lot, but it was very depressing and dark. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, that series is
I couldn't even imagine playing as a kid.
yeah,
You
as a
know.
kid, you know, that would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was playing it by myself. I remember I would always play these games in the dark, like on the weekends mostly when everyone was in bed, and I would go downstairs and play them isolated. That's the experience I wanted. And
Yeah.
Silent Hill was the only game to this day that I like. There were parts of that game where I had to shut it off and go to bed because I didn't want to know what was next.
Yeah. But it's those
I just
games,
didn't.
right, that just like kind of like you don't want to know what's next, but you can't stop, right? That's kind of how Resident Evil was for me. Like I don't want to continue through Raccoon City, but I can't. I'm fascinated. There's something about that.
And you know, I gotta say, Nemesis
Oh, God.
from '99.
Yep.
I think I played Nemesis around the time. When did Silent Hill 1 come out? Anybody?
99.
Same year as
Okay.
RE3 did.
Okay, so I played those probably back to back, and I remember Nemesis had a similar effect because that was the first game I'd ever played where the end boss would chase you throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
And during your first playthrough, you never knew when he was just gonna pop out of a fucking wall or jump off a building and get right in front of you. And I never felt safe in that game ever.
Yeah, the tension was there the whole way through, and I think that's
It
why
was.
that game and him as a boss, like to me to this day, is my favorite boss of all time because of that tension that never,
He's my
never
favorite
safe.
BOW is the original Nemi because of the way that he operated, just everything about him.
Yep.
The pace, that game is phenomenal. I know, Tony, that you love that game.
Oh yeah.
Especially. So I think it was, I think, way better than the remake personally, just because of the way that it worked.
Yeah.
But again, those two games, 99 was like the scariest year of my gaming life.
Yeah, I guess when you think about it, Resident Evil 3 and Silent Hill, that was a great year for survival horror games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it like because Nemesis, like that's what I loved about RE3 was different actions took you down different paths. So like in one playthrough, you're like, okay, I know where this fucker's coming now, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, where is he? Why isn't he here? And then like he just shows up in another area and just scares the shit out of you. Like that was like when you go out of that burning office building and he just jumps down like onto the street, and it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
excuse you.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the things that that really made me love Resident Evil even more because it just scared the crap out of me even more than the first two did because he just shows up sometimes just with a rocket launcher, sometimes just by himself. It's like, you know, that was like the beauty of what that game was. And Code Veronica like actually scared me a lot too. Like I was always playing these
Same.
games with my friends because I was really scared of these games. Like again, I have a very overactive imagination as a kid, so these things really like affected me. And so like none of my buddies were around to play Code Veronica on the Dreamcast. So I was like, you know what? I'm a couple of years in this. I was like, I think 13, 14 by the time Code Veronica came out. And I thought I could handle it. And that game's atmosphere and horror, man, that sent me over the falls. I actually had to shut it off after, what was that?
Really?
What was that one part in it? I think it was, when that dude like came crashing up against the window and he's beating on the window
Same.
for you to open it.
Oh my god.
I was like,
that scene.
I remember I was playing that at night. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I have to shut this
I'm out.
off.
Like not even the cheesiness could save me from that scare when Claire's like, I can't get the door open, and then,
then, like,
and then he's smacking his face.
or whatever just slams its head like in just blood. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, it was very gory.
I had to wait till my buddies like wanted to come over and play and shit like that because like I literally couldn't do it myself.
They did a good job with all those games back in the day, and it's kind of funny. It's because the graphics, the games were different back then. The graphics weren't as good as they are now, but they were effective.
Yeah.
Even like Silent Hill too, like the monsters and the baddies in those games. If you think about them, like they were kind of like those pterodactyl monsters or whatever.
Oh,
They're kind of
Devil
cheesy.
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the devil bird, whatever. They were cheesy, and those little creatures with the knives, you'd hear the white noise. Like innately, they weren't scary, but the way that they presented them was what messed with you.
I think
There's often the movement.
At the time too, though, like I remember seeing Resident Evil 2 for the first time. Though you going back, you can see how dated that graphic style is. But then at the time, that looked real. That was crazy. How good it looked. So there was that too. Like at the time, looking back at it, but at the time, that shit was as real as
It was the best that was out at the time.
Yeah, definitely left a lasting appeal though. The tone of the '90s games, exactly.
But that's why I love that so many like indie developers try to like recapture that polygon era of horror and everything. Jared from Avalanche Reviews, he did like a whole video talking about like Resident Evil clones, and like not like in a bad way. Like these were like some legit scary looking ones. Like I think like one that I really liked was called Endless Blue, and that looked really neat back then.
Yeah.
Because it's really capturing the graphics of back then. I enjoy that because it's not that I don't love new games and the horror that comes out now, but it was just something about that PS1 era that was like the game changer for so many people back then, especially me.
You know what it is for me?
Retrowave.
Yeah, is that like a lot of gaming nowadays with realistic graphics, with photorealism, we lose that sort of sense of abstraction where we have very obscure images and obscure sort of character and enemy models where you can't completely sort of discern what the form or the figure of a creature is. So for example, again in Medieval, those like shadow demon creatures, I actually played the remake too, and partly because of how the remake is animated, it's beautiful, right? But it's not as scary as the PlayStation 1 version because you have these models that are much more defined, they're not as obscured, and without that sense of abstraction, you don't have as much filling in the gaps with your brain and sort of playing off of a little, kind of like a less is more concept with the image that you're given.
Very true. Very true. I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
All right, let's. I'm gonna catch up with these super chats here real quick.
Thank you, guys.
We got Raheem Allen with the $5.
Thank you, Raheem.
I got S++ on all characters in Village.
Hell yeah, dude! I gotta do that.
In the Village.
I still have yet to do that.
Right. It's hard to do. Then we have Sorrow X95, member for 16 months on Rogue Squad Recruit.
Thank you, Sorrow.
I'm surprised you guys got Nick in here. Nice, Ro.
He's our friend, right, Nick? We're friends, right?
I've known you guys for 7 years now.
That's crazy, man. That is nuts. 7
years.
Time flies, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And you're in two of my favorite games ever.
Right.
Yeah. It's weird. We're just hanging out, but like, and we've hung out so many times before that it's just seems chill. But I'm literally hanging out with the dude that plays my favorite character in my favorite video game series and some of my favorite games of all time. It's pretty crazy when I put it in that perspective.
Right.
Oh yeah.
What do you think my perspective is? He's been my favorite character, and these are my two favorite games.
You fangirl a little bit when you see him in the game. There he is.
Well, no, I don't fangirl myself, but I'm really thankful and fortunate to be able to say that in my life. So like 20 years from now, I could be like, damn, I got to be in these games. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
This is that game in the Resident Evil franchise, whereas others like Code Veronica, even like 2 and 3, they'll get glossed over by a lot of the mainstream. Resident Evil 4 is that game that bleeds out into the larger mainstream, and people that don't even care about Resident Evil will give 4 a try because it's 4 and it's that revolutionary, it's that seminal. And from the original to the remake, we have this legacy of a game that changed action gaming forever. It it has its own flavor of horror. It has all sorts of different marks on the franchise. And, quite frankly, me being opposed to, not entirely opposed to, but like initially opposed to the initial style of survival horror fixed camera angles when I was not even a Resident Evil fan yet, this was the game. This was the game that broke that barrier for me and said, let's give Resident Evil a chance. That is Resident Evil 4. And now to see it kind of blossoming, burgeoning as this bigger franchise with all of its remakes, it's great to see that entry that brought me here in the first place in all of its glory, you know, reimagined and resurrected and just being just one of the best Capcom products that I've ever seen, ever experienced.
Well said, Baggy.
This game does such a good job too of making, well, I guess like finding the line between making old school fans happy with who are fans of the original, and also giving something to brand new fans as well.
Yeah.
It's such a good balance, because I know that was probably like a conversation that they had, was like, listen, we can't alienate the old fans, we can't alienate the new ones. How do we find this balance? And it was pretty masterful, because I'm both. Well, no, I'm not a new fan, but I understand.
Yeah.
So much of the new fan base, like gaming is more popular than ever, and more young generations, I would say like age 8 to 16 are playing more games now than they ever did before.
Yeah.
And so there's way more new fans that come on board with this one, with all the new remakes like past 5 years. I think the Resident Evil community has probably like tripled, quadrupled, you know. And that's my point, is a lot of people who are playing this now have not played the original and still probably think it's phenomenal. And the ones that did, the millions that did play the original, they're probably just saying the same thing, like, wow, they did it again. Holy shit.
They did it right.
Yeah.
So with that success, Nick, right, with what they've learned and how well they did with this, the trust they've earned to do another one, what if Capcom was to remake a game again, which one would you want to see?
I think Code Veronica would be a very, very interesting modern day remake, because the story was like pretty wild.
Yeah.
If you think about it, and the horror that they could like really lay into, I think it would be phenomenal.
Agree. I think that would make the most sense too, because there was such an important story to that game. I mean, that was the first time we got Claire and Chris reuniting. That was the rivalry between Chris and Albert Wesker. Like, that game had a lot in it that is very important for the story overall.
I have no idea what they'll do next, but I don't know. I think that would be cool. If they continue on with, you know, the 7 and Village were connected, that was kind of like almost like a not like a side. I don't know how to say this.
It's like a mini arc in the Resident Evil.
It was its own mini arc, yes. And I'd be curious to see what they do next with that. I imagine at some point they will. I just don't know what they're gonna do next.
Yeah, I think if
Code Veronica, I feel that like Code Veronica has always been that game that kind of deserves a remake, because for as a lot of the things that it did really good back in the day, there was a lot that it didn't do the best at, and it's a very experimental game. But I think it's what a lot of people like they just like to talk about the negative of it, but there's a lot of great in terms of its presentation. It's got a lot of great themes and horror. Its atmosphere is unbelievable. Its music is really fantastic too.
Oh, it's the best.
Like they do a really good job with that game, and like there's just a lot of backtracking that's unnecessary. A lot of people are like, well, that's what Resident Evil is. I was like, well, yes, there's backtracking, but then there's backtracking where you're going, like, I mean, how many times do you run back and forth between that security item box and, you know, a lot of the prison stuff? There's a lot of things that they can really improve upon. I remember like with the SD Perry novel, like there was a section where like Steve went to like some seaport that got completely destroyed. That could be a section you throw into the game that you play as him, and he finds like a piece of a puzzle that Claire needs to solve. So when you go back to playing as Claire, that piece is already in the puzzle, and it's like, oh, it was Steve who did that. Okay, that makes sense. Like, there's a bunch of different ways, and I think it would be great because, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, I think the thing that I would love to see the most is who gets to play these characters now. I mean, Stephanie, obviously, if they did it and they brought her back, that would be fantastic. I would love to see her and Claire in that role, because like she did such a great job in 2 Remake. I would love to see how she is with Steve and all the other characters, and how she like you know, would like shit on Alfred Ashford and everything, and how he was kind of like trying to like kill her and all that stuff. I think just the acting, because that's like, I think out of anything of all the new Resident Evil games in terms of new and the remakes, I think the acting has been my favorite part, because I feel so many people have been casted so perfectly, and the synergy everybody has together, it all came together to make a really great product that for me, that's what really captured me the most.
Yeah.
Not even just like the gameplay and graphics, it was the actors that put so much into it.
Great boss fight, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But it's not just the actors, you know, it's like it really is an amalgamation of everything. It's the vision that Capcom has, it's the directing of those scenes, like they're just finding the right people to work on these things, and they fortunately cast really good people who fit the essence of those roles, you know what I mean? There are a lot of different great actors who could play the roles, but I feel like when you find the essence and then you hone that in with the story, the writing, it's just a good process. And I've been on some projects where that didn't happen. And you can kind of tell in a final product, you can tell it's just like it feels a little disjointed. But these projects have been amazing, especially in the past like probably 6 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like the industry understands that, because like, it's like you said earlier, Nick, that the landscape of gaming is different. People are playing games more. I mean, it has been proven in a study that video games are now the biggest form of entertainment on the planet, more so than listening to music, going to concerts, going to movies and stuff. And that's kind of crazy to hear when, you know, you think back, you know, 25 years ago, even 30 years ago, everybody was like, oh, video games are evil, like they're bad for you and stuff. And now we're at this whole new like point in gaming itself.
Oh,
Am I the
yeah.
only one that thinks that his little parasite looks like a little mini nemesis?
It does.
Cute. Yeah, now you say that.
When I first saw it, that was the first thing I thought.
Little
just
If
baby.
you put
lives
him
in
down
his
again, JJ, if you put him down again, like shoot him in the legs and stuff,
Yeah.
go stab him.
All right. Yeah, I'll go stab him.
I want to see.
Stab him one more
Gotta
time.
see
And
this.
look, just think Nemi in the remake. Oh, you can't.
Oh,
And it
no,
does.
coming up. Wow, shit.
Oh, nope, it's not.
All right, hold up. I got this, guys.
Get him. He's gonna die.
Boom. That little thing down here, I want to stab it again. Get over here.
Oh.
There we go. Almost out of ammo. All
There you go.
right, let's stab this
Little
thing.
Nemi. Ready?
Oh my god, you're right.
Yes!
It's gonna sprout out of him and takes me around the map with a rocket launcher.
Oh my gosh. I bet if modders actually like cleaved into El Gigante's back for the model, you
Yeah.
can see Nemesis in like a living room with like a couch, just like grabbing a couple drinks. And then Leon comes in and he just takes off the roof and he's like, hey guys, what's up? And then he starts slashing him.
Yeah.
And he's not happy.
He's not happy.
He definitely like lives in El Gigante's back for sure.
Yeah, that's just little Nemi, baby Nemi. Good thing you pointed that out though. I never noticed that before. Now that's all I can see.
Yeah.
Cool that you can go check out the dog and say thanks to him. Like they may even give him a little backstory, you know.
I like that a lot. Like there was all the little details in this game. I think really go a long ways. Just the little things that they say at certain points, or Leon's mannerisms, the way he handles his gun, like that. I appreciate all that. And as I was playing, I was like, they don't stop impressing. He would say it, but the audio's off. But he's like, good one.
Oh, shout outs to Andy. Andy BHD is in chat.
Hey.
What's going on?
How's it going, Andy? Thanks for
And
coming by,
Andrew-
man.
Andrew's also
And
in there, too.
Andrew, road team member Andrew's here. Andy and Andy. Two Andrews. Two Andys, yeah.
There
I
can
get
only be
confused
one.
too. Yeah, there can
And then
only
we
be
have
one. Now
a
fight to the
third
death, you two.
Andy. Yeah, we have like a third Andy too.
Yep.
So it just goes on and on.
Jesus.
Oh, by the way, my name isn't Addie. It's actually Andy. So now we have four.
That makes all the sense. I figured that. Not Andy, is
Funny. Let's go with the super chats real quick. We have a few more to catch up on. I think we're on Raheem Allen. You can drop more dynamite when you shoot it and blow it up. He's immune to the explosion as well.
That's interesting.
Oh, from the mercenaries, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Oh,
one.
that's
We're all
right. You
far
can,
behind.
yeah.
So we gotta catch up here. Jeff M. 28 months on Roll Squad Recruit.
Thank you for the continued support, Jeff.
Nick, what was your favorite scene to film?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Give me a second.
The one where Leon sleeps.
I would say it's either the last scene with Luis or the last scene with Krauser. Were
Oh,
probably
yeah.
my favorites.
Ooh.
Those are really good ones.
Yeah. I tend to like heavy scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And that was probably those additions to those characters really went a long ways as far as adding weight to the characters, like so much more.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This is the two
Yeah.
of the most evocative scenes in the entire game for me.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's the point. They're supposed to be provocative and not in a bad way. And my favorite scene is similar in Resident Evil 2 Remake, was the heaviest one in my opinion, was with Kendo.
Oh,
Puts his
yes.
daughter down. That scene was like, is gut wrenching, and
It's
it
brutal.
gets me every time.
I remember playing
And
it
again,
and
that
like,
comes-
oh my
it
god,
comes down
Capcom
to-
really went that dark. Holy crap, I teared up.
Well, hey, that comes down to the writing, the directing, the choices by Capcom, the editing,
And your acting.
it's everything. The acting, and that's what I mean. It's like a collaborative effort. And it just, when it comes together, it's magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it is.
definitely. Great
I wanted
question.
to talk about that chemistry that comes together, and in projects where you can kind of tangibly see there's some lack of chemistry, some gap in chemistry somewhere here, somewhere there, and then projects like this one where you have all sorts of different visions coming together. You have different ideas that thematically serve as a sort of floor bed for the narrative for Resident Evil 4. And what I wanted to talk about here, especially because we just fought the El Gigante, and shout out to Susie's video on the story analysis of RE4, because she was talking about Don Quixote. And I absolutely adore what they've done to infuse the themes of Don Quixote and his sidekick, Sancho Panza, into this game. Because you actually have one line later, and with those two characters, what we have is an embodiment of a sort of like head in the clouds, romantic, imaginative, always dramatizes and romanticizes what he's doing. So Don Quixote will go to an inn and it's a castle, and he'll be sort of managing, he'll sort of have this this woman, this very standard impoverished woman. She's not a princess or anything, but in his eyes, it'll be Princess Dulcinea. That's sort of his Ashley. And you'll have Sancho Panza, who's like the squire boy sidekick. And it is very reminiscent of Luis and Leon being Don Quixote and Sancho Panza, respectively, because Leon is very grounded. He is very much driven by his conscience. He's a very conscientious character, and he is fully awoken to the harsh reality of a situation. Whereas Luis is sort of very frivolous. He has a lot of levity in his voice, and that sort of counterbalance is very fitting to Leon. He sees a lot of wonder, and he sees a lot of potential in everything around him, no matter how mundane it may be. Even if it's something as simple as picking up a stick and saying, "Let's go rescue our princess," it's something that drives him. It gives him vigor. And his backstory in this game, Luis, they've sort of made that the character for Luis. He is one who is driven by this wondrous thirst for knowledge, and everyone around him is more so a Sancho character, driven by reason and superego and the reality that is descended around adult life in an impoverished region. Even his grandpa, actually, in the game files, he says, "Oh, I wish we weren't stuck here. We weren't stuck in this poor village. This boy, with his wondrous thirst for knowledge, he could have became a scholar. He could have become someone legendary." And Luis, he isn't bound by that finite material reality. He is driven, like Don Quixote, by his imagination. And so he actually does, obviously, venture out and beyond, creating all sorts of ghastly beings and then undertaking this quest to rectify all of those mistakes. And so you have this vision of the goofiness of Don Quixote and the sort of stark, harsh, realist worldview of Leon clashing together as Don Quixote and Sancho Panza. And I love how the visions from the actors to the writers to the cinematic directors all sort of amalgamate into this beautiful chemistry between these two characters. And it's almost like watching a dad and like a younger kid. This kid who's like so lost in his imagination versus his dad who's like, "Oh, you got to do this. You got to take care of yourself. You got to go to school. You got to do this." It's almost like this clash between reason and imagination, which we find in so many stories, and that not overtaking this narrative, but fueling it behind the scenes. So I just absolutely adore everything that they've done there, and felt like I should say that.
Very thorough. You definitely know
It's
your
beautiful.
stuff.
And I've thought of it because the giants, with him romanticizing everything, he sees a pair of windmills, right? And he's like, "Oh, they're giants. Sancho Panza, let's go battle the giants," even though they're just windmills. And they're like knights of the castle, even though the castle is just an inn, and they're talking with the innkeepers.
And they broke their windmills? That's not nice.
They're very rude, and they also get beat up a lot.
windmills.
Yeah, they get beat up like countless times in that story, and they continue to act in this very dramatic, romantic manner.
Yeah. To kind of just to this cutscene here, Leon and Ashley's actually like working together in this game is so much more vastly improved over the original, and the chemistry that these two have, that you had, and just the way that she, I don't know, it's just so much more personality was given, and I feel like personally their bond to get through this together was strengthened so much more in this game. And how was that working together? Like your experiences, because you guys would probably be working together more than the others, correct?
Oh yeah, I would say I probably had more scenes with her than any other character. Yeah, and Genevieve is fantastic. Everybody was, but I had a different chemistry with every character that I was with, and every one of them was really, really special and interesting. And she's just a very, very likable person, Genevieve, and so it was very easy to get along with her, and there was no stretch of the imagination for me. I didn't, we were just kind of living out our new friendship, and that kind of worked well because I was just meeting Ashley, and so it just worked. It was perfect.
Can I ask you a question?
She's a delight, very talented, and yeah, they did such a good job with a different arc with this Leon and Ashley, so much so that yes, at the end of the game, like the final scene with them, it hit so hard even for me as a fan because of the emotion and the chemistry, that when I was watching that, I was just in it with the fandom,
Yeah.
I was in it, and it was pretty emotional, and I was like, wow, that was a roller coaster ride. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's good though, because like you felt that, right? You felt that, and it shows when you play the game. You go on that ride with the characters. It was
really
executed well.
You literally go on a ride in a minecart with them too.
Yeah, like you do. Yeah.
That whole part, I love that. It gave me such Indiana Jones, like Temple of Doom vibes, and I was laughing the whole way through that.
The game
Same.
takes it
When
so
my brother
seriously.
was playing that, I was right next to him, and we were just, it was like 3:30 in the morning or something, and we were just like, what the fuck? Oh my god, did you see that? Holy crap. Like, that was our reaction the whole time.
That's awesome. That must be pretty cool to get to experience that. Yeah.
That whole part, like that, just like I just loved it. It's like you had like infinite ammo, you're just blasting through everything. The chainsaw guys showing up, it just, because like that part in the original was like okay, like I didn't mind it so much in the original. It was all right, but like this time around, it was just like the energy from it. I was like, this is great, man. Like this is what I wanted.
Yeah. Now, recording this scene with Genevieve, did she actually have to jump down and you had to catch her?
No.
No.
That's
Well, I mean, obviously
hard.
it's not as far, but yeah.
It's hard to do with motion capture with all the technology. Yeah.
And that's how she knew she could trust you, is when she jumped 15 feet in the air and you caught her. Then you guys were good to go for the rest of the game.
That's right. Man, you get some inventory. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got a lot of BS. I really, usually this game is just about, it's managing your inventory as much as it is playing the game. And usually when I play it on my own, I take my time and I go through everything. But because of the conversation and the live stream, I really have been neglecting my inventory. And so it's just an absolute mess right now, which I hope you all understand. It's just
Do you
all over
guys
the place.
do you guys ever read someone's inventory management skills as a reflection of their personality, organized or disorganized personality?
I think it's a little different. I think it's a little bit more disconnected than, say, like what your room looks like, because in my everyday life, for instance, I don't know about you guys, but I usually don't have to think about my survival against a zombie horde.
Every day of my life.
So maybe. But actually no, you know what, Beg? I think you're right about that because I typically keep my inventory like pretty streamlined, clean, neat, and organized. So okay, you're right. That's
Maybe.
the way that I am.
I really don't know if I'm right because I was proposing it in the sense that I'm someone that for things that I care very little for, I will gravitate towards the most efficient, quick option. And there's an auto sort in this game, and there is not one time that I haven't used it. I'll even mash it, moving stuff around to check if it'll like bring something in that does fit. It just looks like it can't fit. Say if you pick up an item you don't have room, it'll like get it in there. So it's almost like it can be messy or it can be clean, but so long as it didn't take me like too much time because I don't care about it anyway, I will use that auto sort. So
I remember.
Hey, hold on,
when we
JJ.
first... go ahead,
JJ,
Nick.
let me give you a challenge here.
Oh.
Handgun only.
Handgun only.
On it. Shit.
You missed. First bullet.
On it. Handgun only. Send online. Let's go, baby. Oh god, he's gonna freaking spurt. Hey, Ashley, you weren't supposed to catch that with your face.
But you have to like get through this part like the right way and
Easy
The right
peasy.
way. Let her freaking
Shit.
take the brunt of it.
All right, I'm on the spot. I'm nervous. I got
That's
it.
why I did it.
All right, handgun only. Let's go. Put her down.
Handgun only.
For real.
Get out of here.
Shoot him in the leg. Oh.
Got him right in the butt cheek. No, that was a leg.
No, that was a butt.
All right, I'm on it. I've been challenged by Leon Kennedy himself. Oh god, his head bursted. Get your own split. Oh shit. This is not good, Nick. Why did you do this to me, bud? I thought we were friends.
I knew it would be
the
entertaining.
specific point in the game that you asked him to do this.
He
was
was
great.
waiting for it the whole time.
Hey, you're lucky I didn't say no heals, but I could.
Yeah, that's true.
I could amend this right now. No
Okay.
heals.
Oh god, she's gonna die.
No recapacitating Ashley. If she goes down
Oh,
once,
God.
start over.
Let her die. There she goes. She's
Oh,
dying, and so am I.
Sorry.
Ooh, this is
We're gonna
good.
go out
This is-
together. At least we're together going out, so I don't get fired from my boss.
I like this.
This is challenging, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
Barely.
You got it.
I think I'm almost out of ammo.
Yeah. You have like
Get outta
45
here.
left.
Let go of her. Oh god, I gotta reload. Gotta get away from their heads.
Catch up.
Oh, you
She's
almost just shot Ashley.
Well,
Ooh.
she shouldn't have been there then. Why did she go where
I
she
thought
could
he
die?
did.
I don't think they stop
She's
here.
grabbing.
Yeah,
Oh.
something's wrong with her again.
They do stop here.
All right, good. We're good. I did it. I completed the challenge, the Nick APOSTOLIDES challenge. That was a good challenge. Thank you, Nick. I'm not out of it yet, but I didn't think I was actually gonna pull through that one. It got really ugly really fast. All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
Did good.
What difficulty is this game on?
The ultra professional. It's the only way I play. Been doing this for years. Ultra professional. What's harder than professional? Diamond mode? That's what I'm on.
You know, there's actually a mod for harder than professional
Okay,
if you
I'm
want to
not
play
doing that.
Nightmare and Inferno like they had in 3.
Yeah, I seen that, and that is too tough for me. I'm actually on standard. I went with the standard because there's a bit of a challenge, but I could have a conversation at the same time. Thank God I did that because I didn't know Nicholas was gonna freaking put me on the spot there and challenge me. So
Well,
if it was any harder, I wouldn't have made it.
I would love to put you on the spot if you didn't have your like new game plus weapons.
Oh yeah, that's true. He just called me a cheater, and he's not wrong.
That would be a fun challenge.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I usually play standard, and then I go back through and do hardcore, and then professional. Though a lot of people have asked me, like, "Are you ever gonna do professional?" It's like I like to enjoy the game, and I don't like to hate my life. And if I'm constantly dying, getting frustrated, I'm not having fun. I don't see that, but I get why some people would like to do that. But for me personally, I just like to have some challenge.
I thoroughly enjoy the challenge of it. Not like I don't enjoy the challenge of speed runs.
Yeah.
But as far as difficulty goes, I do enjoy that. And I think that would be very hard because you can't even stun people in that mode.
Oh God.
I think aside from flash grenades.
Oh, you mean in professional?
The hardest one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about that mode is that you can stun them, but it's just very nuanced, and I wouldn't call it inconsistent because it's quite consistently inconsistent, meaning that like you can predict when something will stun. Like for example, a headshot might take like 3 or 4 headshots, but it will stun them for a melee attack. And then, which is why the bow gun is incredible on the hardest difficulty because you can almost always get a stagger to kick someone if you shoot them anywhere and then shoot them in the head or shoot them in like the knee twice.
So you got it.
So yeah, there's a lot of different nuances that actually define what will actually dictate what will make someone stagger on hard difficulties, and it's a beautiful addition because the way that it throws a monkey wrench in the entire game for players like me that learned the original so well that they could exploit the knife to the degree where even for enemies with like a shield, I would just wait for them to attack. And then I would knife through the shield, and then eventually I would get a melee, and or just knife someone in the face, and then I would kick, and that would like basically take care of an entire room for me. They take that away from you on the hard difficulties in this game, and it makes you think much more. It's really good.
Wait, you can still melee on professional, yeah?
Yes, you can.
Right.
Yep.
And question for you. So you've probably beat it on professional, that's my guess.
Yes.
Did you start from scratch or
Yes, I
you take
did. I did it all the like with nothing. Like not a new game
Impressive.
plus, but with new game, yeah.
Impressive. That's what I would do. That's what I would want to do, and it would be very tough because I don't think I'm quite good as you with gaming. And I've seen your playthroughs with like even the original one time I came on with you guys, and
Oh, that was so fun.
you're very good. I know you are. So I would think I'd be very proud if I could beat that.
Yeah.
I think you could definitely do it. It's a matter of sort of learning how to treat each situation because me, you saw me playing the original. I'm so knife heavy, I'm so melee heavy. But in this game, especially early on, you can't be like that. You have to treat certain situations like you can die at any time, and especially the cabin fight. I think the cabin fight in professional new game was the hardest part of the entire game because
Really?
you're just very ill-equipped to deal with the hordes. So the whole strategy is not to sort of conserve ammo and let them come in and fight them in the house. It's to make sure they never even get past the windows. That's like the whole goal.
Oh, okay, that makes
Jeez.
sense.
But how do you do that with so many windows?
Basically the goal is to barricade one and then with the cabinet and then put boards on the other, and then they're eventually going to break through both of those. But when they do, and by the time that they do, you'll have killed enough of the ganados through the third window and through the ones that break through there that eventually one of them will drop more boards. And as soon as you board up the windows downstairs, you'll advance to the let's go upstairs part. So it's all about killing enough ganados to trigger that.
That's interesting. But speaking of that, new challenge for JJ.
Oh god. Here we go. I'm being challenged.
Perfect timing.
Let's do it.
How much pistol ammo do you have?
Let's find out. I think I'm pretty low.
Bet you have 50 or less.
Rocket launcher only? It's going to be tough, but I think I can do it. Let's see. Once this cutscene's over.
Let's see your inventory first.
All right.
And we're going to do a JJ challenge.
Here we go. I like these. This is fun. Thanks for spicing it up, Nick. I do want to give a shout out to, we got 2 other celebrities in the house. We got Benson, Mokhtar, and Charlie Kreslowski.
What's up, guys?
Carlos Oliveira and Chris Redfield himself in the chat. Thank you for coming by, guys.
What's up, friends?
Let's go.
Okay, hold on.
Everybody here. This is fun.
Oh, hold on. Okay, inventory check. Let's see what you got.
I got 19.
19 bullets.
But you also you can craft.
Oh, good call. All right, so we're doing pistol.
Oh,
right.
you have 29 bullets, right?
29 bullets.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you. No heals, pistol only.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Pistol only, no heals.
You'll probably pick up ammo and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think we should be okay. It's going to be tough,
If
but
you
I think
do
it's
this,
manageable.
You will get like 150 extra respect points.
Holy crap, I need that. All right, let's go. After how bad I've been playing, I probably lost a ton. All right, let's make up for it, guys. Time to show my skills, which aren't great, but we'll try.
Go, let's go.
Just do Baggy's method.
I'm going to try.
Chat, give him some love.
Let's go. Yeah, chat, support. Let me know.
Do we think he's going to do this? Yay or nay in chat?
Yes.
Yay
Nay.
or nay?
Or nye nye. You could just repeat his name as an alternative.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so Nick, I call him Nye sometimes because it's JJ, but it's Nye.
Yeah, that's
it's
That's
like-
her talk.
that's her talk.
It's just-
her accent.
That's
her-
It's the next evolution, like the Pokemon evolution of JJ.
yeah.
That's what he's becoming.
What do you call Tony?
Just mommy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shout
Shut
out.
up.
All right, let's see if I can do
Here
this.
we go.
You're already. Yeah, you got bullets.
Big
No
boys can be tough,
heals.
No
You
heals.
gotta be
though.
on your best behavior.
Yep.
And you only have half body armor, so.
Yeah, this part was insane when I first played it. Like I was just like, do they actually stop coming, or do we have to eliminate them all this time? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But
Let me actually check something. I have not checked this entire time. I've been playing on my keyboard and mouse, and so I'm trying to relearn the controls, and I've been playing other games.
Oh,
So I need to know what the freaking
It's on.
parry is.
It's R2.
R2. Oh, I've been hitting L1. That's why I haven't been parrying anything. That makes it
It's
way more
different from the ready knife button. That's weird.
I
Hey,
think I
JJ.
switched it to R2.
Yeah, it makes it
When-
easier. So you can just kind
when
of play.
Cowman
Yeah.
when Cowman comes, I will allow grenades.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's
Fair.
good. Thank you.
That's fair.
That's cheating, Nick. I'm not doing that. I'm a pro, but
Do it, dude.
oh god.
Let's see it.
I would love for you not to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Mhm.
not to. But if I have to,
Ooh, grab that ammo.
it's good to know I can.
Did you press L3?
L3,
Yeah. Or R3.
R3 for what?
Luis is giving you ammo.
Oh, Luis, I didn't see
Right
that.
now.
Yep, got it. Throw it.
I feel like Luis never gives me ammo in professional. He
Yeah,
just minds his own business.
he just lets you do your thing. You're too good. That's a problem. This game's adaptive.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
I took a chunk out, dude.
Yeah, I did.
Shit, I can't see it. It's frozen. Damn it.
Oh god,
I
I'm
wanna see
sorry.
this.
I think if you
Oh.
click on it and
There
then
you
click
go.
off it, it unfreezes.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Get out of here. I'm trying to board up the window. Oh god.
Like
Oh, this is bad.
Like I've
Whoa.
he fell with his back on the window. Like he was there for so long.
Come on, hurry up. Go. Oh god. All right. Gotta get up there. Yes. Go.
Oh.
Give him the boot.
Let's go.
Oh.
Freddy Krueger, get
Yeah.
out of here.
Get him.
I'm trying to kick ass and impress my friend Nick. Go.
Oh, that's nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh, that
Lots
thing's
of ammo.
flapping around. Let's put that back in your head. There's two of them.
Yes. So standard, it looks like you can pretty much headshot kick whenever you want.
Maybe.
It seems
It's
that way.
it's pretty. That's really consistent. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He's giving you a shitload of ammo.
Yeah, but there's
Mhm.
look at what's going on here.
I almost want to remove the grenade amendment. But
Oh, because you see how good I am.
Ooh.
You're getting a lot of ammo right now.
Yeah, you are.
I don't feel so bad.
Oh, he's right next to me. Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
bad.
Yeah, that thing will do some damage. Put these these freaking plagas. Put your spaghetti back in your neck.
Ooh.
I need boards so I can do the baggy trick, which is not really a trick. Oh, there they are.
Oh, yeah, there they are.
Shit.
Ooh, what's that health, buddy?
I know.
Oh my god.
All right,
New
all right.
amendment.
Bad
You
placement.
can use grenades,
There you go.
but when Cowman comes, you cannot reload. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Jesus.
That's too far.
Got one clip.
You got it?
Yeah, I did
Alright,
it.
good job.
I was in a hurry. And
Uh-huh.
Cowman's coming.
Cowman.
Cowman, come together, beat your beam, beam, beam.
Mhm.
Cowman.
Ah. No, get her.
You
Leon!
stupid.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Getting close.
It's not gonna. I'm not. It's too close.
Come on, Luis.
Leave Luis alone. He's my friend. Oh Jesus,
Tony gotcha.
Tony!
Ooh. You gotta watch that health, buddy.
Yeah,
trying.
for real.
I'm watching it and it's giving me anxiety.
That's the point. We're supposed to have anxiety.
Oh God. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite.
Kick him!
This is,
Kick him!
I
Kick
tried
him!
to kick him and
Ah!
I hit it and missed.
You gotta do
this
this.
is one of my
bro.
favorite areas of the game right here.
I screwed up.
I'm embarrassed for you right now.
Oh my God. I actually held out longer than I thought I would.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Oh
Just
shit.
get
Oh
outta here.
Once
shit.
comment comes, like you're
Oh
screwed.
shit.
R3.
Can I heal once?
I don't know.
Nope.
All right. Oh, Suplex City, baby! Get your neck split.
All those people in chat who voted nay, I think you're about to be pleasantly.
No, I got Cowman. I think they're gonna be right. Oh God.
Yeah.
Let's get
All
down.
the naysayers.
Hit the wrong. I'm so used to hitting the freaking.
Oh,
The
never
elbow.
mind.
nays take it. The nays
Yeah.
take it.
Oh, that was a good
Just kidding.
challenge though. I guess I lost respect with Nick. He's never going to come back.
Lost 150 points.
Oh,
You are
man.
down 150 respect points.
Damn.
All right, I got it this time. Here we go, baby. Let's get that Leon hype in the chat, you guys. I need it. It fuels me. Get the Leon hype. Oh, we're skipping it. Luis, you need to help more. Quit standing around throwing ammo at me and actually do something. God. All right, all right. Grab that herb. Maybe this is a better strategy of doing it in this, leaving this window open here. Probably not. Oh, God, got the shotty out.
Ooh, the shotty biscotti. Yeah.
Cool.
I love the
What's he gonna
cowman
say?
that comes later without any weapons, and he just like fights you with his like clothesline, and he just like wrestles you like a WWE guy. He sticks out his fist and he runs at you.
That's awesome.
Let's see if we can do a flawless victory here.
Oh, God. I can't even beat it. Right in the butt cheeks as he was leaving because he knew he was getting himself into something over his head.
You don't want them cheeks getting clapped.
Yep. Oh, they got clapped.
Uh-oh.
Hand it. The only thing is if I kill them outside, they don't drop the boards.
Ooh.
Or give you ammo.
Yeah.
There will eventually be another one that'll drop boards then.
Okay. Luis, I was counting on you to guard that window.
They're actually it's really fascinating with this game because if you make sure that none of them get through the windows, there will eventually be some that auto spawn inside,
God.
and then those ones will drop boards. Yeah,
That's cheating.
because it needs to progress to the next like cutscene. Yeah.
Some of them come down the chimney.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Have you guys never seen that?
Luis kind of
Is
dropped
maybe
the
They
that's
ball.
pull
where
a
they come
Santa
from.
Claus? Really?
They fall down the chimney. Really? You've never seen
I
it?
seen it.
Have you?
Yeah, and other people's play. I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out.
It's awesome.
No, it's not
I haven't
awesome. I'm
seen that.
out.
Man, this-
Receive ammo.
There's the boards.
There, we can receive ammo.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Reload.
Trying. I can craft, I guess, too. Oh, damn
yeah.
it. Why does that never... I broke.
Uh-oh, you have 3 more.
You got ammo. I'm not worried about you, and I don't feel
Pretty
bad.
much have infinite ammo in this.
Oh, God.
With Luis throwing it to you.
Whoa. That's not good. I'm actually probably doing worse.
Receive it.
Trying.
Not too late now.
It takes a while for him to receive it.
Yeah,
I just want to get rid of spaghetti heads.
but you only have 9 bullets.
Oh,
so-
shit. I'm dead. Get up. Get your tush up there. Let's go, Kennedy. Get those cheeks moving.
Mr. Scott.
Just need, like, some space to breathe, you know? 18 rounds. What's that going to do?
There you go.
I used 18 rounds just to shoot the wall.
Shit. Oh.
Oh, he's getting up. Missed it.
Oh, he's getting up. And now you've got 15 bullets to your name, and I love it.
Oh,
Great.
my God.
I think you can craft.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
going to have to. There we go.
Receive it from him.
Had to
yeah.
get all this.
Oh, you got ammo.
Now we're good. Get away from me.
Now you got shit done.
Oh, my God. Thing tried to smack me through the staircase. All right, here it comes upstairs. This is a challenge. Can I?
Someone's like, "What's with this version has too much ammo?"
Good
I think it's just standard difficulty,
call.
maybe.
I think it's very anticlimactic with the no sound.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Oh, God. Got it. Boom, baby. Now that I know what button it is. There we go. 8 shots into the wall. Just to make sure.
They could be coming up soon too.
You're running low, buddy.
Yeah, I am.
I love it.
He loves watching me in pain.
But look, that's me. Here comes me. I'm coming for you.
Boys, get out of the way.
Shoot him. You'll be fine.
Don't shoot him.
Oh, I didn't shoot him. Shit. Look at him creeping around the corner.
Oh, there's Baggy.
Hey, does anybody know if you shoot Luis a lot, do you know what happens?
Oh,
Get
that's a
pissed.
good question. Because unlike the original, I've grenaded him a whole bunch of times and
Oh,
I've shot him,
Just heal.
I
but
can't.
nothing
Okay.
really came of it. It doesn't like play the cutscene like the original does and kill you.
All right, Nick, I have to.
Quit.
I have to forfeit the challenge. I literally had it way better that time, and then I got backed into a corner. And you can't parry Cowman. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah,
thing
I
that you
got
can
you.
do.
I
I
did
now
it.
learned that, and now I gotta tear through this part.
You
I
can
feel
parry
like I feel
Cowman.
like I can't give up on a challenge, though, so I'm gonna try one more time. Third time's the charm.
You can parry Cowman.
You can?
Yes.
Well, then
Yeah.
the game cheated. Because I tried to and I didn't get it.
Wait, can anyone back me up on that?
I think there's I think you can do the backflip against the Cowman,
Corey.
but I'm
A
pretty
dodge.
sure you can parry him too.
I think it might depend on which attack, because he has like a slam, and then he
Yeah.
also has a
Slam
spinning
and-
one.
And the evade one.
Yes.
I
But
figured
the
out the
evade one
problem.
kills people around you, which is great.
Yes.
I was out of G Fuel. That was a problem. I was crashing, I was my gamer skills weren't there, but now that I have my G Fuel, I'll be 110%, baby. Hell yeah.
Oh my god, CJ Gamer. Yeah, like I do that to like all NPCs to test them. Like I actually when I went up to that Baba Yaga lady in Resident Evil Village, I threw a bunch of grenades at her because I wanted to see if there's any response, and nothing. Zilch. She's invincible. And
was
so is
invincible?
Luis. So like Nick was asking earlier, is there any cutscene that plays when we shoot or grenade Luis too many times? Because in the original, he says, "Damn you, Leon," and he shoots you. There's like a cutscene, right?
Yeah.
But in this game, you can kind of just do all sorts of stuff to him, but he doesn't like do that. He kind of just survives everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corey. Pink drip. Upstairs.
And I was saying I did the same thing to the old woman in Village. I like threw a grenade at her to see if she would react, and she was totally fine. It didn't exist.
Shouldn't shoot old ladies, Baggy. What's the matter with you? Baggy. Can't take you anywhere. Wow, Lewis! Why'd you put your head in front of my bullet? That's why he's not throwing me ammo. I keep blasting him in the face.
I hope you do it this time, buddy, because I will have to run after this
Oh God,
section.
this is it.
You better do it for him.
I'm gonna try.
Your
Don't
last
screw this
chance.
up, JJ.
Don't screw it up. There's no pressure, but
Yeah, no
don't screw it up.
pressure. Except I'm leaving after this is your last chance.
Like it's Spider-Man with like the pizza guy. Last chance. Go.
Thank you. There's got to be some boards around here. Corey's the man. Oh, there's the boards too.
CJ Gamer, that's what I'm saying. I was right. I was trying to attack the final boss of Village before fighting the final boss of Village. Is what I was trying to do.
Hell yeah.
When did that happen?
Can't do it. Got it. Upstairs.
What?
Yeah. We should catch up on our supers. They probably lost the position.
Right.
We'll catch up on them right
Yeah,
after I beat this. We'll catch up
Yeah,
on
I
all of our
can't see.
support.
See, we have such different play styles. I love to see how different people approach just the combat in this game. There's so many different ways to do it.
Yeah.
What I typically do is I charge people.
Oh, really? And
and
just shoot and then
so it's-
melee?
So I can get, yeah, I charge them to get quicker acquired headshots or knee shots to stun, and I'm right there to melee them.
Mhm.
That's good.
I don't keep my distance almost at all.
I
no
try
matter
to
what
when
gun I
there's so
have.
many.
And if I have
Yeah.
like my shotgun equipped, for instance, I go point blank.
I hit it.
Wow, Nick, I think you're really going to have to adapt your playstyle for professional, especially because of how difficult it is to stun people for a melee attack.
Oh,
That-
I
that
will.
one thing.
I'm not married to that playstyle, but it works well for me when I play like Mercs, for instance, in sections like
Oh,
this as
God.
well.
Oh yeah, it's perfect for mercs.
Oh, God. This got really bad really quick. I was doing so well.
Which is why I think that on the hard difficulties, you're really gonna fall in love with the bolt gun. Because the bolt thrower, you can guarantee melee with like a couple of bolts more consistently than like almost any other weapon.
Yeah, I'm going to play when I do hardcore. I'm going to do a bolt run for sure, and I'm going to put a lot of money into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
Oh, nice.
Trying.
Nice.
3
wow,
times.
Nice. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Just gotta kill
That would have
Cow
put you
Man.
in red, buddy.
Almost out of ammo.
I'm coming for
Love
you.
it.
I'm coming downstairs.
Oh god.
Told you, I allowed grenades if you want for
You
Cowman.
did?
For Common.
Remember I said?
Wait,
When he
Leon.
comes, I'll allow you grenades.
Please don't throw a grenade at me.
Too
Please
late.
don't throw another.
Too late.
One more. Boom. Oh, I can't. Oh, I tried to stagger him. Oh, shit. All right, let's go up here. Hopefully there's none. So the grenades
Is he gonna
definitely
do it?
helped.
Is he gonna do it,
Oh,
folks?
damn it.
Is he gonna do it? I don't know. Now I'm questioning.
No, I don't think I can now. Need ammo. Go jump.
All he needs
Holy
headshots.
Jesus!
Duns.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, I got lucky. I gotta admit, I'm a bit rusty. I've been playing a lot of Days Gone and 7 Days to Die, but I'm pretty proud of myself because I was on the spot in third time. Man, if I failed after 3, yeah, that would have been bad. The grenades definitely helped though.
Pretty good.
I'll get you next time.
I gotta get better, so I
Next
can impress
time-
my friend Nick.
You
So
suck.
he doesn't judge me.
Next time, I'm not gonna bring the axe. I'm just gonna come at you with my hands.
That would be more savage.
You know the
Definitely.
dude that just got crushed by the big door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mocapped him.
Did you
Really?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
We got to do a crush
is-
zombie body mocap. It was pretty cool.
That's
You
sick.
got
That
your
must
dome
have been
split.
fun.
What you gotta head out right now, Nick?
Well, like 5 minutes, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up.
Okay, all right.
This
So
is a
because
good
we got a lot
stopping
of
point.
questions, we'll try to.
We'll get
If
through
you don't mind, we're probably gonna spitfire some of these questions at you. And I
Sure.
think that was a good time to wrap up the game. And now we'll kind of go through and read some of this, if you're cool with it.
Yeah.
All right, Spitfire interview. All right, the game portion's done. Now it's interview time. All right, hey Nick, love your work. What is your favorite part in the OG RE4 with a $5? Thank you.
Real
Rebrush.
My favorite part is the siege in the village, the opening. Like that was just iconic.
Very, very good.
Very
point.
iconic.
Bone Splitter with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time to do the stream, guys. RE4 Remake has made my year. Nick, what was your main inspiration for depicting this version of Leon? And did Ashley thanking Leon for saving her help resolve any of this trauma?
Well, for his character, I think it did. But the first part of the question, I would say I definitely channeled a little bit of John McClane in my performance, just a little bit. And also I took what I knew from Resident Evil 2 Leon and just kind of flavored him up a little bit,
Makes sense.
sassed him up, little cowboy. But
Sassed
yes,
him up.
injected some John McClane and Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones.
Hell yeah, dude. Really good. All right, we got Herman with 17 months. Alpha Team, thank you for the continued support. Happy Friday, bro family. Nick, Nighty Night Nights. Lol. Is that
Nice.
is
Good
that
night.
Nighty Night Nights?
That's my old WoW username.
Oh, okay.
99. I think. I don't know if that's what he's saying, but
Herman with 5 gifted. Thank you, Herman, for growing the role. Everybody give it up to Herman on the chat. Amy Lover, remember for 17 months. Recruit, made it 17 months. Can't wait to see Death Island. Hell yeah, thank you. Christian Ferris, 15 months. Many infected. Oh, only a few have abilities later. Thank you for the continued support. Nick Bowes, member for 8 months. Recruit, thank you for the continued support. Shout out to Nick A from Nick B. There's another Nick for you, Nick.
All right. Where's Nick C?
Daniel, Dark Magician with the £2. Thank you, Daniel. Like to see Resident Evil Doctor Who crossover. That would be interesting. Monster Shop with the $5. Thank you, Chris. Hey guys, to Nick. If you would have the reins of Leon's story, where would you take it to, or what would you like to see happen to Leon's story? That's a good question.
I don't know if it's like post RE4 or where it is now in the timeline. I don't know. I would like for him to find peace. Let's say that, because especially in the new canon with the latest renditions of him, as he gets older, he becomes very jaded for a lot of reasons. And I would like him, yeah, to find peace and quiet at some point.
Finally retire and just live happily ever after with Ada.
Maybe, one big last mission, but, so he doesn't feel like his whole life was a waste,
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, because he during Vendetta, he's pretty depressed and stuff, and I like that they're kind of doing that with these newer games. They're actually having characters be affected by the events that they've gone through, which they never really touched upon as much. So I kind of dig that.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense as well. TGV with a $2. Thank you, TGV. Hey, Nick, love your streams. When can I watch them?
When I can catch them.
Oh, when I can catch them. Okay, sorry, that wasn't a question. Kane Umbrella.
They're all going to be up on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you're putting them all on YouTube now. So if people want to watch replays, otherwise, just make sure you're following Nick on Twitch to catch his live streams. And you always post on social media when you're planning on doing a stream. So, Kane Umbrella, welcome to Road Squad Recruit. Thank you for becoming a member.
Yeah.
Sorry we're rushing through these guys. We just want to make sure we ask any questions that were asked. Kaylin Fox, member for 26 months. Recruit, thank you for over 2 years. Favorite Leon alternative costume? I think we asked earlier. Yeah. Mike Lambert with a $5. Thank you, Mike. Hey, Nick, would you happen to know where, when, or if Nick can't answer that, man. Thank you, though, for that, Mike. We appreciate that. Scott the Brit, member for 21 months. Alpha Team, thank you for almost 2 years. Hey, Nick, just wondering how those hand-to-hand knife scenes with Krauser were for you. Those scenes are amazing with fast hands. Thank you for your work. That's a good one.
Those were actually done in Japan, so I didn't film those.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I thought you did. Holy crap. Well, you did a lot of knife training, didn't you?
Yeah, I started to. And so if I had the choreography for that, it would take me a while to learn it, but they put it in the hands of pros, and I'm glad that they did because it looks really, really good.
It does. Raheem with a $5. Thank you, Raheem. I learned that the Delago actually regenerates health when it's dunked underwater. That's why the fight feels slightly longer. That makes a lot of sense. Holy crap. And Raheem again with another $2. Thank you once again, Raheem. Doing Mercenaries with Leon now, knife only. Well, good luck, dude. That is intense. Then we got Dater with a $11 super chat. Thank you, Dater. Delaire. I'm sorry.
That was my bad.
Can Nick please say Nighty Night Nights? The way he says it in the game.
He
does say it. That's where that is.
That's where I brought up the wall.
The way he says it in the game kills me every time. Also, great job on both games. Also, hey, Ro, I like watching the fan games you play. Thank you. Can you say Nighty Night Nights? I can't. Yeah.
Nighty Night Nights.
There you go. Cool. Now pay him $50.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Thank you. Agent Veronica RE4 Remake with a $2. Thank you, Agent Veronica. I will cosplay as Leon RE4 Remake for Halloween. Hell yeah. Nero with a $10. Thank you, Nero the Hero. JJ should give Tears of the Kingdom, but then again, he might not be able to go to work because that's a no-go. But knowing you like building in your game, so that game looks really fun. But just like Nick said, that would consume way too much of my time right now. Dark Eve with a $5. Thank you, Dark Eve. Fun fact, MK is the reason game ratings have been more common. There was a demand for warnings due to fatalities. That is correct to our Mortal Kombat discussion earlier. Rocio Flores with a $10. Thank you, Rocio. Happy Friday, Rose Squad. Nick and chat. Just wondering if Nick is going to visit any Comic-Con events soon. Would love to have my Resident Evil 4 copy signed and take a picture with his cool Leon cosplay.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of those coming up, but a lot of the events that are happening this year, especially like right around the corner, those have been booked up with voiceover guests for a long time. And we were all just announced very recently. So I think towards the end of this year, towards next year, we're going to be hitting more of the cons. We have just a few planned. I'll be at SAC Anime. We haven't even announced that yet, but I'll be at SAC Anime in Sacramento in September. I'll be at a small con, Horror on Main in Maryland in about a week. And let's see, I'll be in Puerto Rico in July.
Nice.
And possibly Ireland in October. And we're adding to all these, but when I know and when it's confirmed, you guys will know on social media. So as long as you follow me, why don't you put I'm sure you've been putting my socials here in chat, but
yep, they're right in the description.
Great. Yeah, so guys, give me a follow if you're curious. And as I said, it'll be public knowledge when it can be, all new cons.
I love how you say you're enjoying your downtime after the game, your relaxing time, yet your relaxing time is way more busier than most people's full time. That's crazy. You're going to be all over the place, man. That's awesome. Make sure you guys are following Nick. His links are in the description. Follow him on all social media and Twitch. And then Okay.
Couple more.
Yeah, a couple more if that's okay, Nick.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Hitman with 5. Thank you,
Nope,
Hitman.
nope, David Mallory.
Oh, David Mallory with 41 months. Recruit. Thank you for the continued support. Nick's voice is so soothing. You should do audiobooks. Ever consider it, Nick?
I have considered it. Yeah, that's a whole different world, and I'm open to a lot of things in the future. But if I can use my voice more than just video games, I would love to. But we'll get on that.
Hell yeah. Then we got Itman with a $5. Thank you, Itman. Nick, how do you think Leon would fare against Necromorphs or Isaac Clarke? That's a good one.
That's very good one.
Ooh.
I think they'd be a better, like, buddy like duo. You know, They're like my 2 favorite pro tags ever.
Yeah.
And that's a good question. Wow, I've never been asked that before. I'm gonna vote that they're on a team together at some point.
That would be a cool team up. And the games came out fairly around the same time back then and now. So yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Crossover. Hell yeah. Nick, that was all the questions we have for you, but I want to thank you so much for joining us and taking the time to play this game. I know you are busy, so we really do appreciate it ourselves here on the Residents of Evil team and the community as a whole. I cannot say enough good things about your performance. I think you absolutely killed it as Leon. And just as a person in general, you're such a cool guy. Every time you come here and just hang out with us, it really feels like we're just a bunch of people hanging out together. And I just appreciate you, man. And I want to make sure you know like how grateful we are to have you. So everybody in the chat, give it up to Nick Apostolides.
Guys,
the
it's
man
always fun hanging and shooting the shit about these games because we are all fans, are we not?
Yeah.
Everybody hanging out, you guys, you've always been cool to me, so it's always fun to come by. So thanks for having me, and everybody in the chat. Nice to meet you, nice to hang with you, and nice to see you again, some of you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. And I guess we'll chat with you again soon in the future. Good luck with all your future endeavors. I hope you have a fantastic night and a fantastic weekend. And thank you again for your time. You are free to bail, my friend. You can go do whatever you got to do.
Everybody have a fun weekend and be safe out there, okay?
You too.
Thank
Have a good one, Nick.
See you, Nick.
Take care, Nick.
Awesome.
That was awesome. Nick is such a cool guy. I'm so glad he took the time to do that. And I'm so glad that I finished that challenge he gave me right at the very end. That would have felt like crap.
I didn't think you were going to get it.
If we would have had to end it and I didn't complete a second challenge. But yeah, always a fun time hanging with Nick. How did you guys enjoy that? I hope you guys did. I mean, I set a like goal. I said, we had 750 likes for our special guest, and we crushed it. We're almost at 800 likes. So thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. This has been a very fun Friday. But remember, guys, the party ain't over. We are going to be going live with the Roast Squad after party. So if you have been gifted a membership or you became a member, shortly after this stream wraps, we're going to go live with Street Fighter 6 because Tony wants to play it, and so do I, and so does Corey, and so does Baggy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Street Fighter 6 in the after party. If you're wondering how you join, just stay here on the stream. As soon as it ends, it'll automatically redirect you to the after party. If that doesn't work, check our membership tab in about 20 to 30 minutes. And if that doesn't work, just make sure your notifications are enabled. I'm just trying to think, is there anything you want to go over, Tony or Baggy, before we go to our closing chat?
No, I was just gonna say, like, thank you guys for joining us on another wonderful Friday night, and obviously thank to Nick for coming out and hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate his time because we know his time is very precious, and just thank you to all you guys for all the support tonight because we tried to get to it. Like, I tried to follow it, but I remembered on my side they disappear after a while, so I tried to keep up and everything. So thank you guys for everything tonight.
For me, the same sentiments. It's been like a wonderful time, and it's great seeing so many perspectives kind of come together as we experience it with him. So it was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony and Baggy, for joining us in this conversation. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys for coming by and all you do for ROE. I'll let you guys go right now. We're just going to go head over to our closing chat. But let's all say goodbye to Tony and Baggy. I don't know if we're going to see Baggy in the after party. It's up to her, but I know we'll see Tony for sure.
Possibly.
Possibly, all right, because it's Street Fighter, and Baggy likes Street Fighter.
She promised.
She promised. All right, guys. We'll chat again very soon. We're going to head back over to the main hall. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a wonderful life. All right, see you guys.
Goodbye forever.
All right, let me move this back over here. That was a lot of fun. It was a nice change of pace. I'm loving this Retro Evil series we're doing.
Me too.
But this was nice to get Nick to come actually hang out. I know he's been so busy, and we did the interview. Andy did the interview with him at Insomniac Games event. And that was fun, but he was busy, right? And here we got to actually, we chatted about the game, but we chatted about other things. You know, what's he doing in life? What's he like? You know, what's he up to? And that's why I like doing these. Is it's, you know, I could say it's an interview, but it's not an interview. We're just hanging out, you know, and it's always casual and fun. And I hope you guys really enjoyed that because we got a lot of other things planned coming up in the future, and I have now got in contact with some of the actors from Resident Evil 4. So expect more content coming out for Resident Evil 4 Remake. There was a heavy embargo by Capcom, and now that's starting to loosen up a little bit. So now we can start chatting with the voices and the motion capture actors for some of the most iconic characters. So that's going to be very exciting. I got a few more supports here I want to read before we close her out, but I just want to say before I read these, thank you guys so much for your support. I do apologize we couldn't read them as soon as you sent them in. I know we are a little late, but because of the conversation, the game, and the stream, we just wanted to make sure everything went through smoothly. Aside from those minor technical issues we had at the very beginning, I think this went really well.
It went well, yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you guys liked it. We got CJ Gamer with the 5 gifted Row Squad memberships. We read that earlier, but thank you so much, CJ, for growing the row. Greatly appreciate that, my friend.
Yeah.
Cat Shark, our favorite. Cat Shark with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Cat Shark. Super Ultra Diamond Hard Mode. You're damn right, and I did it.
Why did you say that though?
I forgot. I was you know, playing and yeah. Bone Splitter, welcome to Row Squad Recruit. Thank you, Bone Splitter, for becoming a member. Spam those custom emojis, and hopefully we'll see you in our post-stream after party. We got Nick Castle, 16 months recruit. Thank you, Nick Castle.
There's Nick C here.
There's Nick C. Oh, crap. I'm here. That'll be me, Nick A. Oh, there he is. He was here. Thank you, Nick Castle. Mortal Tarot with 1 gifted Row Squad membership. Thank you for growing the row, Mortal Tarot. We appreciate it. Gifted 1 Residents of Evil membership. Let's give it up to Mortal Tarot.
Can we get a Nick D real quick?
Yeah, where's the Nick D? Clem Guide with 5 gifted Row Squad memberships again. Holy grow the row. Thank you so much, Clen. Everybody give it up to Clen, and let's welcome our 5 new members to the Row Squad. Growing the row like crazy tonight. Thank you, guys. And then Nick Castle with 1 gifted Row Squad membership. Thank you so much, Nick Castle. Once again, everybody give it up to Nick Castle, and let's welcome our new members. I'm going to refresh this real quick because it's not showing me all my details here. And then I got some Charlie Krozlowski. I can't. Benson and Charlie are here. That is awesome. So not only did we have Nick in the stream, but we had other Resident Evil celebrities in the chat. This has been a really fun.
Benson's joke.
No, what was his joke? I gotta know it.
Nice meeting you with MEAT. Nick.
That's
pretty funny.
You got it. You had to have been there. It's hilarious. I'll explain that in another stream. But that is Benson's joke, and it is fantastic. Red King with a $5. Thank you so much, Red King. If the leaks are true and Leon isn't going to be in Resident Evil 9, do you guys think Resident Evil 10 will be an older Leon focused title like Resident Evil 4? I would think so. Yeah, I mean, I think
every other
at some point,
kind of. Or
yeah, well, not every other. Well, yeah, 4, 6.
2, 4.
2, 4, 6. Yeah.
8.
Oh, he wasn't in Village. Yeah, they threw it off. I don't know, but I think at some point they do.
So he's due.
He's due. If they revisit Chris and finish out his story in 9, then I would assume that it would be the conclusion of Leon in 10, right? That would make the most sense. Who, Leon in jail? No, it's gonna be Chris in jail.
Well, Chris is done in 9.
Well, I'm sure. Did you watch the leaks?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm
coming up with my own theory.
Oh, so. I gotcha. I'm sure they're gonna close out Chris and Jill's in 9.
Maybe all of them in 10.
Holy,
10
it's gonna be Resident Evil 6 again.
Ah! Yeah, true.
Too much.
All right.
We got Nisamano Yora. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Welcome to Row Squad Recruit. Thank you for becoming a member. Spam those custom emojis. You've unlocked them, and we hope to see you in our post-stream after party. We have 28 new members. That is incredible. Thank you, guys. And then Nero the Hero Redwood with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Nero, for all your support. Will you be continuing Haunting Ground next week? Yes. Also, I wouldn't mind a Code Veronica remake personally. Same. I don't mind a Resident Evil 512. Same. But I think CV needs one to fix some of the issues it originally had. Tony was saying that. He said it way better earlier in the stream. That I completely agree. And I just think that's, if you're going to remake 5, Code Veronica is necessary. Personally, I think.
I think so too, dude. And it's a perfect time for it right now.
It really is.
With the way they set it up with the ending of 4. And
Yes. It's a perfect time, and off the
Now
hype.
or never, baby.
Do it, Capcom. Remake Code Veronica. Let's get Remake Code Veronica in the chat. I want to see how many of you can help me push that.
And get Josh Groban as the main villain so he can sing the opera.
Oh, there you go. It'll be beautiful.
Yes.
Clen Guide with 5 gifted Rose Squad memberships. Thank you so much once again, Clen Guide. You are on fire tonight. Everybody in the chat, give it up to Clen, and let's welcome our 5 new members, bringing us up to 33 new members during the stream. That is incredible. Thank you, guys. We're at 814 likes. Let's see how far we can push it before we wrap this. I think we got another like 2 minutes.
All right.
So just if you enjoyed it, smash that like. It's gonna help. The reason why I'm asking is because that was a very fun stream, and Nick took the time to come hang out with us. The more likes will push it in the algorithm and get it out to more people that may have not have known that Nick was joining us for the stream. So thank you so much for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Remake Code Veronica. Remake Code Veronica. There it is. There it is. Let's get the voice heard. Let's do it. Even Benson says, I want a Code Veronica remake. Hell yeah. Benson's there pushing. The Remake Code Veronica army is strong. Let's do it. Nice stream, boys. Thank you, Road team member Andrew. Thank you for participating here in the chat and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Outbreak Remake, if I was being selfish, right? Outbreak Remake is the one I really want. Yeah. But I think for the story, a Code Veronica is necessary, yeah. Is there anything else we want to touch upon?
What about this?
Oh,
I
yes.
don't think we did in the beginning.
Yeah, so I forgot our sponsor. Huge shout out to G Fuel. If you guys want to check out our sponsor, link is in the description. Healthier alternative to energy drinks. They don't give me the crash or the jitters. You can get 20% off if you use our code ROE at checkout, and they have the new Resident Evil 4 Las Plagas flavor. We tried it. It is delicious.
It's top 3 easily.
Still waiting for that collector's edition to come in. I want it. But once it dropped, they sold a ton of it. So definitely get on that before it sells out. But they also have the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Tea. They have the Resident Evil Village Maiden's Blood and a ton of other flavors. So check them out. PewDiePie's your favorite. Pink Drip is my favorite. That's what I'm drinking.
That's what we're both drinking, yeah. PewDiePie and that.
I'm actually really excited to play Street Fighter 6 here shortly.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. After they announced it, I was like, okay, this looks really fun.
Can I beat up on Tony in it?
Yes, you can definitely kick his ass, but I don't think it's gonna go that way, my dude.
Oh, it will.
I think it's gonna go south real fast.
I've been practicing. You look at my thumbs; they're like double the size.
Oh my god, he has been practicing. All right, who do you guys think is gonna win in the fight? Corey versus Tony in Street Fighter 6.
Don't lie, guys.
Sound off in the chat. It'll do better now that there's more online play. I completely agree. This would be a better time for Outbreak Remake. Yeah. Blue Ice G Fuel is the best.
Pretty good. We tried it.
Did we try Blue Ice?
We did. I think Bob has it.
Okay.
There's an empty one, I think.
We might have had it before. It reminds me of the snow cone, or no?
I don't remember.
No. Okay. That sounds good though. It definitely does. There will be blood, a whole lot of it. Except I don't think Street Fighter has blood.
What?
I don't think Street Fighter has blood. It got a bunch of like colors and pops and bams and booms and bobs. Tony.
No, there was 3 Corys first.
Corey. All right, let's get it. You're gonna find out in the after party. All right, those getting pretty close here. We got a lot of Tony.
There's a character called Meat in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and he's just. I remember that, and he's just all meat. He's all meat, and he's just squishing around with blood and stuff. I remember that. I think that's one thing I love about Mortal Kombat. One of my favorite Mortal Kombat games was the one on PlayStation, and obviously Armageddon, because you can make your own character. But the one on PlayStation had all the characters.
Armageddon was dope.
They had all the characters too.
I think they did.
That's why I like the ones that have everybody, and then you just got this entire world that they have. Even Armageddon I think had everyone.
But you had to unlock them, obviously.
I think so.
You had to do like challenges to get the medallions and gamble for them. I'm not wrong. Which one am I thinking of? There
was a few that came out on the PlayStation.
With, like, spinning.
You might be right.
I think it's Armageddon, bro. You had it.
I love that one though.
You owned it.
They had all the characters, and I love that. I can't wait for the new one. I'm excited. I hope they dialed down like the
come on, Charlie.
Iron Man type of costumes and go more in line with the original costumes. Like I thought that the original costumes were sick. Yeah. I mean the new designs are cool, but they got a little out there, you know. I kind of want to like see like the original costumes, but in not modern day graphics.
You hear Charlie?
What did Charlie say?
Tony's gonna make meat on it, Corey.
Okay, so Charlie
is not wrong.
Charlie's team Tony.
But I need the confidence, guys.
Benson, can you please go team Corey so we can balance this out? Watch him just come back and be like, Corey's gonna get his ass kicked.
Oh yeah, and then get him and Charlie to fight over who's gonna win.
Oh, then we can get Charlie and Benson.
I'm always thinking of the
That's
big picture here.
Charlie and Benson, all right? You guys got to duke it out in Street Fighter 6 at some point. At some point, we got to see that fight, just for chits and giggles.
Oh, yeah.
He's the skin man. Yeah, he's skin. I did watch the new Mortal Kombat trailer. We'll probably watch it again in the after party, but it was squishy.
What?
It was squishy.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see
the
it?
game? Yes.
The new Mortal
I was thinking
Kombat
there was
1?
a movie.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's
I
like,
was like, what?
cutscenes were great. Nick Castle with the $2
I saw Tony's
super chat.
reaction or whatever. It's video he
Oh,
posted.
yeah. Thank you, Nick Castle, for that support once again. Tony's a big Capcom fan, so I'm betting Tony. I mean, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna win, 100%. But I just.
Yeah. Charlie said, sorry, Corey, as if that matters. The
Yeah.
damage is done. You've already said
My
the thing.
ego's
You
already
hurt my
wrecked.
cousin's feelings.
My confidence is like.
It's through
the
well,
lowest
now
ever.
you gotta let that fuel you.
It will.
Let it fuel you.
Next time I see Tony, I punch him in the face.
They just kicked your
How
head
about
off.
that?
Chris Follow, teenager from Mars, member for 15 months. Bravo, team. Thank you for the continued support, Chris. Hey, Ro family, I hope everyone is doing well. I really hope Resident Evil Code Veronica gets remade now that it has the same finesse
baby.
as Resident Evil 4 Remake. I completely
Good way
agree.
to put it.
And I think Tony said it's a great game, but we can't, there's issues with it, right? And there's issues that could be fixed with a remake. And that game was great, but after replaying it, I'm like, yeah, this could be tweaked a little bit. This could take the remake treatment, and it could be, they can improve it. And yeah, I completely agree. Nero, the hero Redwood, with an incredibly generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Nero. We greatly appreciate that. I just love how this went full circle. Resident Evil 4, then Dead Space, and now Resident Evil 4. Still working on my Platinum and Dead Space remake. It did, and I think we started talking about Dead Space at the very beginning of the stream,
Yeah.
and we closed it
That's what
out
we're
with Dead
talking about,
Space, yeah. So that did, it went all in full circle with the games and with this conversation. It was really well, it was a nice flow. Love the interview with Nick. Can't wait for the upcoming interviews. Thank you, Himanshu. We appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. In the next stream, Corey, have to dress up as Ada.
No, don't bring that up. No, that never.
They said that. I didn't bring it up.
I didn't know, but don't read it.
Sup, homies? How's it going? Saint Jarl.
If I lose against Tony,
Oh, okay.
then he has to dress up as Ada.
If you lose. Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to call her here, but that was a great stream. It was a lot of fun. I just want to say thank you all for coming by and joining us for this. I know we appreciate it. Nick appreciated it, and I hope you guys appreciated it. That was a lot of fun. I like doing these whenever they come around, and this one was a blast as always. Now we're gonna head over to the after party to play Street Fighter 6. If you guys did enjoy it, please hit that like. You guys absolutely crushed it. We hit the goal. We're surpassing the goal, so thank you for hitting that like. And for all the support tonight, guys, that means a ton to us. We invest it back into the channel, and thank you for that, helping us grow our dreams. We appreciate you. To all the new members, welcome to the Rose Squad again. If you want to join the after party, just stick on the stream. Once it ends, it'll automatically redirect you. If it does not, check our membership tab. If that doesn't work, make sure you have your notifications enabled. Shout out to Nasimanu.
Nasimano.
Welcome to Rose Squad Bravo team. That's
We upgraded
Corey and
to my
Tony's
team,
team. Congratulations on your upgrade. I misread that. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. So with that being said, guys, thank you as always. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and we always look forward to seeing you back at the Residence of Evil. Vern Miller with a $5. Nick Castle with a gift membership. Thank you, Vern. Thank you, Nick. That was a hype way to close it out. Good night, everybody, and we'll catch you in the next one back here at the Residence of Evil. Good night. Shout out and good night to our special guests in the chat, Charlie Kraslowski and Benson Mokhtar, and to fellow team members Andrew and Andy, and to everybody here. We appreciate you guys. Good night. Unless you're coming to the after party, then not good night. Get ready to party. See you soon.